See? Hello, everybody. Welcome to Rise of the Podcast. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Kara.
And I'm Brownie. You should probably mute that.
Okay, yeah, it'll come across. That's
hear
right.
that.
Woohoo! All right. Well, I'll leave the stream so I'm not being a chump. All right. I'm here. Chris, you run it. Kara, how was your May 4th?
It started out a little bit of a struggle.
A little bit.
A little bit. Disney
Woo!
disappointed greatly.
Yeah, don't even get me started on that. I mean, you can talk about it for filler until we get started.
Let's just say I didn't get my Ahsoka ears. So everybody watching who knows I do DIY, I am going to be doing a DIY of that headband. Stay tuned. I will have it posted in the next couple weeks because I'm salty. I wanted those ears so stinking bad.
Let me put it to you this way. All right, so here's how this works. May 4th, every year, we always get something. One or two things that really mean a lot to us. Last year, we got tickets to Star Wars Celebration. That came out on May 4th.
No, they had come out previous to
Or
that.
they announced
But
it on May...
I don't remember. Jeremy, Star Wars Celebration was April. Are you talking about for this year?
Last May 4th, we bought tickets for this coming Star
Oh.
Wars Celebration.
Was that it?
Yeah.
Huh.
It was.
Well,
We got tickets for the Star Wars Celebration. This year, they were going to sell Kara, cosplays as Ahsoka, and Kara wanted this Ahsoka Ashley Eckstein design thing.
like I have her Leia ones, and I love the Leia ears, but I wanted my Ahsoka ears.
Oh, Justin says the party begins.
Woohoo! Hi,
That's
Justin!
right. Welcome to the party.
Justin, this is you. This is your placeholder. Hello, everybody. This is Justin.
Is he that sassy?
Yeah.
He's pretty sassy.
Justin, are you glad to be here today? Oh, no.
He looks like he's
Yeah.
saying no. What?
Yes, there we
Oh
go.
my
Okay.
gosh.
Anyways, here we can do this too. Hi, Justin. We really miss having you on the show. Soon, when this is better, we'll be on.
Yeah.
But back to smashing on Disney, because that's spill the tea, because that's a thing apparently.
Like
So we logged on and they said, we are going to come out with this virtual queue and it is going to be awesome. You click on the website, you will get in a virtual queue, online waiting line, and then you will be able to get your stuff. It did not go that way at all. First of all, you could put stuff in your cart, then the web page would crash, and then it would crash, and then it would crash, and then it would say sold out, and then it would say it wasn't sold out. Then Kara got the things back in her cart. It was a disaster. It was stressful. Twitter lit up with just everyone complaining about not being how Disney handled it. And then the other thing is when we go places, we buy Starbucks mugs.
we get the
You
Been
Are
There.
Here, Been There
Not-
series.
The Been There. Yeah.
The Been There series. So a month or two ago, they said, we are going to make Star Wars Been There series. Are you kidding me? The thing that we collect, we could try to get, $20 coffee mug, says you've been to Hoth. How cool is that? Nope. They said they were in stock all day.
Well, and the stupid thing was they allowed people to buy 10 of the same mug. Who needs 10 of the same mug?
The ears she wanted, $2,000 on eBay.
Yeah.
The mugs, $20 coffee mug, over $100 on eBay. That's so frustrating.
Shame on you who do that.
I know. That's so mean.
It is.
I was telling, so I looked it up, and scalping's not illegal, and eBay doesn't have a policy against it. To me, eBay is a private company, so they can do what they want. eBay should just do a thing where you can't sell an item that was just released for 30 days or something,
Right.
to try to at least inhibit that.
Yeah, I mean, it all comes down to how you feel about free market capitalism.
I know.
versus...
You don't like the price,
here's the
don't
thing,
buy it. But see, I can't compete with a bot though. Bots
No.
scrubbed the site.
Yeah,
They didn't
so-
have any anti-bot.
A couple of the
The
girls.
company that runs Star Wars would have anti-bot technology.
You would think. Well, I followed the Ahsoka Tano cosplay group. I'm part of that. And one of the girls, she was on Twitter and she noticed some people were breaking on there about their bots getting 20 plus of the Ahsoka ears.
Yeah, there was no CAPTCHA at 8 a.m. this morning or 9 a.m. There was nothing. So the bots could just scrub the page and go about their business.
So yeah, we missed out on that. I'm really sad. But like I said, I'll do a DIY. I'm going to go shopping at Joann's probably tomorrow.
Should do a Joanne shopping vlog or something.
Ooh, I like
Get
it.
the
I
gimbal
should.
out,
I should.
little phone gimbal.
I'd had to put makeup on.
That's tough.
Makeup, it probably took me 10 minutes to do my makeup. It doesn't take me long to do my makeup.
Takes Jeremy longer to do his makeup.
Yep.
Takes him long to do his hair.
That's that stubble doesn't paint itself off.
No, not at all.
All right, so we did a couple of things for May the 4th.
Yes, today.
Yeah, so we did some posts. I did Star Wars Every Day about the history of May the 4th be with you.
I read that, loved it.
I had no idea that it had been said before, obviously, but like the first like mainstream usage of it was as a congratulations to Margaret Thatcher. That's an incredibly interesting fact to me.
Yeah. You didn't read it?
I've been busy cleaning this house, so this little section looks good to everybody.
The whole house looked good.
The whole house looks good. Well, yeah, until the boys came and was like, lights and cars and camera stuff.
Oh man, I was angry about up until about 7:06.
This is true. He came in like a
wrecking ball?
Yeah. I was like,
to quote Miley.
I just stayed in the kitchen. I made my chili, and I was like, I'm gonna just stay here.
I was like, I need to find all the things and like vital components or.
You get like Jeremy does when you're setting things up and you need to get things done. You turn into Jeremy when he's cleaning. When Jeremy's cleaning, I think he's mad at me. I'm like multiple times I'd be like, did I do something? And he's like,
just razor sharp focus.
Yeah,
it's like, I'm not mad, I'm focused.
That's exactly it, but I feel like I've done something and I'm like, I'm just gonna go sit over here and I'm gonna do something.
No, I mean, a tornado could be blowing outside, and if I want to, like, fixing your computer was the same way. It was like nothing but fix the computer is all I wanted to do. Was just get it done with.
Yeah.
'Cause I hate it. I hate when I start something, I want to finish.
Yeah.
And so there's that whole thing. And so it's like, we plan to do this. Do we have any questions, Chris?
Keith says,
I was going to say.
Cinco de Cuatro.
James Arnold Taylor posted the same thing on his Twitter today.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions, Keith? I know that you know us pretty much as well as anybody, but any Star Wars questions you've ever wanted answered?
Oh my goodness.
Any deep personal secrets you want us to reveal for the first time on the internet?
I was going to say he could put us on the spot and do a little plug for himself. Be like, hey, what did you think of Gravedigger Dave?
Oh, yeah. Let's take a second. Since we're celebrating our 1-year anniversary, we wouldn't have gotten here in the way that we have if it wasn't for Keith's graciousness in joining us on the podcast several times.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, I'll tell a quick Keith story.
Oh, the tables have turned.
No. I want to know if Keith is mad at because we're just spilling the tea on Disney. What's up with Amazon not being able to let me leave a review?
For real.
I mean, I know I told Chris to tell you.
Yeah.
But hey, Keith, I tried to leave a review on your movie. So
well,
anyways,
it's not
he's a legitimate purchaser of it too.
Right, that's what I was going to say. We actually bought it. It's not like I'm just trying to go in to review some random thing.
Keith says there's so much pressure on him to come up with something now.
But, all right, what I think of the movie. So I didn't get to see the live premiere because I was gone.
I was there, though.
Kara was there. And Keith, it was really, really cool. And to see, like, all the locales of the Northland be used in the movie and to get to know you and see the behind the scenes and then see it come to fruition was really, really, really cool.
Funny thing, one of my patients is in your movie. I'm not going to say which one, but one of my patients is in your movie.
So, Nick, former coworker Nick, living in Las Vegas, living large, he says, this is a hot button question. He's coming out swinging.
Woo! Oh, yes!
What is your opinion on the order you must watch the movies?
4.
Oh, originals.
Like, what is our order? We'll do.
We'll go through each. So the Kara's just chronological.
Yep, as they were released.
And
watching Rogue One and Solo in between as well.
Okay.
I mean, there's my favorites, but then there's the orders. I mean, I would have to say you'd have to watch them chronological as well. 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. And you can even cut out, like, Rogue One and Solo, to be perfectly honest.
I mean, you could. I do like, though, I like how Rogue One is a smooth transition into A New Hope.
Yeah.
And, I mean, even I know a lot of people love 5. I just still think 4 is the best. It tells a complete story.
That's why I like it.
You can appreciate, like, I don't know, 4 was my introduction to, actually, I'm lying. I just told Bill today, I actually think Return of the Jedi was the introduction to the movies, because that's what...
We'll get to that.
Okay, all right.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
So Keith says, a lot of people told me that they can't leave reviews, so it's not just us. Amazon's just trying to kill Keith's movie.
So we just need to share the heck out of it on Facebook.
And Keith also agrees you have to watch it as it's released. I was release order. I was actually just watch 4, 5, 6 and stop.
Yeah.
That was my watch order. I am going to switch to canon order.
Ooh.
I think that now, and partially because of some of the comments that I've seen today, on our page, hearing the story from beginning to end, sure, you lose a couple of twists
Right.
Yeah.
that are in place, but they're 40-year-old movies.
Right,
now.
everybody
yeah.
knows.
So I think that the narrative is better told front to back
Right.
in canon order.
So
Yeah.
would you now, not talking just the episodes, would you also watch Rogue One and Solo in there too?
Yes, yeah, so it'd go 1, 2, 3, Solo,
Solo,
Rogue One,
Rogue
4,
One,
5,
4,
6,
5,
7, 8, 9.
yeah.
Yep.
Colby Higgs says 4 is the best. You've got someone who agrees with
Ooh,
you.
yeah.
I always agree that the original Star Wars is the best
Yeah.
of all of them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%, no question.
I wanted to love 7, 8, and 9, but they won't beat 4, 5, and 6.
Now,
I think that 7, 8, 9 is the weakest trilogy.
7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
It's 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, for its faults, tells a story.
Well, I mean,
7, 8, 9 is really disjointed.
I have some. As much as I loved to,
Thank you for your comment, Colby. By the way.
Thank you very much, and welcome. We post a lot of memes, and the page is doing really cool. But we do a lot of other Star Wars stuff, and I got to really enjoy the post that you posted today about what was your first Star Wars experience. I really enjoyed that post.
That was an awesome post. I spent probably more time than I should have today not doing my job and interacting with people on that post because it's so cool.
Here's what's cool about Star Wars, right? My parents feel old when I talk about seeing the movies for the first time because they saw them in 77.
Yeah.
I feel old reading comments today that I-1 was my first movie. I was in grade school or whatever, and it was
I
like,
know.
it was like,
Same.
Yeah.
you're making me feel
Yeah.
old, you know? And so, or they were really excited when they saw episode 3 was their first movie that they saw.
Yeah, they were born like when episode 1 came
Yes!
out. Yeah.
And I'm like,
Oh
no,
my
you're making me
gosh.
feel old, so.
well, I mean, honestly, the movies weren't that old when we were born. The
That's true.
originals.
Jedi was only 4 years old
Yeah, that's true.
when we were
Yeah.
born.
So, I mean, it's not like they were even that old.
But yeah, I mean, people like being born in 2005, like 9/11 had just happened, but
Right.
it's still post
Right.
9/11. Nick has another question. What is who is your least favorite Star Wars character?
Jar Jar Binks.
Oh, come on.
Oh, my
Throwing
goodness.
shade immediately. Boy, on
Let
the
me
spot.
think.
It
Like,
was
I
Kylo
mean-
Ren after The Force Awakens.
Oh.
Yeah,
but now he's one of my favorites.
I didn't like. Yeah, same. I
Yeah.
hated Kylo Ren until Episode 9.
The moment they took off his mask, I was like, why would you do that? You ruined a scary guy and showed us, no offense, Adam Driver, but you showed us Adam Driver's face. He's not scary.
Yeah, no, he's like. It's like, oh, it's an angsty teen. It's not a scary bad guy.
That's exactly it. It's like,
But no, I the exact
But
same
yeah,
thing. By the time,
we're done,
by
yeah.
the time we had gotten to live with this character for the, and I was like, about him in Episode 8. But by the time, for some reason, it's like almost immediately in Episode 9, I'm like,
Yeah.
I love Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
yeah.
The whole, the spaceship, and then she's on the ground and he's up in their room. But I'm trying to think as like some background characters that I love. I love Veers. I'm
Yeah.
trying to think of some other background characters that I don't like that aren't super major that'd be kind of cool.
What's
mean,
the
'cause I
dog's
love-
name?
What's that?
What's the dog's name?
Oh, the Doug Sebulba?
Sebulba. I don't
Oh, also, I'll tell you, my
necessarily
favorite
Sebulba.
non-main character is Greedo. All day,
Dude,
every day.
he's cool,
I
yeah.
love Greedo.
Boba
He's cool.
Fett.
And I love Hutt. I love
I
Jabba.
mean, Boba Fett's
I
just
love
cool.
Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah.
Oh, BB-9E! That's who I hate. This guy.
Okay, seriously, Jeremy hates BB-9E
He's
with
such
a
a jerk.
burning passion.
He is a
He
jerk.
is. And then his yeah.
So Animal Crossing is really big right now. Kara kicks all the villagers out with a low voice.
I
She's
don't
not like
them.
doesn't think they're ugly or pretty. She just is like a low voice is intimidating.
Well, it's
her.
creepy. It's like this cute little line. It's like, and I'm like, what?
Cinephile says
Woo!
in 77 you've got 77 Empire, Wrath of Khan, The Quest for Peace, and Temple of Doom, the best watch order.
If I could remember that list, I would go there. So what was the first one? I'd say A New Hope and then Temple of Doom.
Okay.
Oh man, I'm going to make a controversial statement. Temple of Doom is my favorite Indiana Jones movie. Period.
Ooh, see
Really?
that's a
You
tough
like-
one.
I
Raider?
don't-
No, Last Crusade.
I don't like Temple of Doom.
A
That's
lot of
my
people
least
don't.
favorite.
A lot of people don't like
It's
Temple
creepy.
of Doom. So here's the thing.
Bolaram!
So touching
Just
back
ripping
on
the hearts out. There's like,
touching back on people's first Star Wars experiences, a lot of people were like, my dad showed it to me, there's a lot of like bonding with their parent over Star Wars. So I had the same experience. My dad, I remember us watching all the time Temple of Doom, And one of my favorite foods growing up was tomato soup, and they had that eyeball soup.
Yeah.
And then that looked like tomato soup with eyeballs in it.
Oh.
So then we'd be like, let's go make some eyeball soup and watch Temple of Doom.
That's so
And it's
funny.
like just like it's just ingrained in my mind, and it's so good. And I have a Temple of Doom lunchbox, like a metal one from when it came out. My sister got it for me for my birthday a few years ago.
I'm gonna tell a story, and then I'm gonna relate it in as quick as I can. All right. If you watch
Hello,
the podcast,
hello, Kara Weber, by the way.
Woohoo!
Hey, Kara.
If you watch the podcast, you know I used to use conditioner before shampoo. Anyways, so I used to think Temple of Doom was Raiders of the Lost Ark. I thought
okay.
Raiders of the Lost Ark was
What?
called because the ball and the Doom of Temple in the beginning. I
Okay.
thought the Raiders of the Lost Ark was the Temple of Doom.
For real?
It took me many years to figure out that they're not the same movie.
Interesting.
I would put in Temple of Doom. Temple of Doom has Club Obi-Wan in it
It does.
in the beginning, and Short Round. Short Round's awesome.
Isn't there a scene in one of the Indiana Jones that has a little picture of
That's Raiders.
That's
when they're-
Raiders.
when they're in the Well of the Souls.
R2 and C-3PO?
And then in
Yeah.
Last
Yeah.
Crusade, there's another Star Wars reference as well.
I love it.
Yeah.
I can't remember. It's like a hieroglyphic.
They're all great. I
Yeah.
love all of them. So like for growing up, it was always Temple of Doom. It will always be Temple of Doom. Last Crusade got close. There's so many great moments in there, and it's like I wasn't alive or watching them like in real time because it
No.
was 82 or 81. I can't remember when the Last Crusade came out in 91. I was 4.
Yep.
Right. So it's not like I was going to the movies and I just spent all this time with them. So it's like you get this sort of like weird, sort of nostalgic, like I watched it with my parents thing or whatever.
Yeah.
Then eventually, like you start watching them in order and knowing like the lore of how it's supposed to be assembled and everything. And Last Crusade really does feel like you're getting the group back together for one last ride type of thing. It's like such a good nostalgia movie.
It's amazing.
Even though, even when it was new, it would have been a good nostalgia movie. Now it's a nostalgia movie about nostalgia. So.
the slamming book lineup,
Oh,
that
Yeah.
scene, the old man with the mustache and the
yeah. There's
The
always
stamper.
such great subtle humor.
So funny.
So Cinephile asked if we logistically believe there will be an episodes 10, 11, and 12 within 10 years with the nostalgia for the sequel trilogy. Okay. With nostalgia for the sequel trilogy / involve other characters from originals prequels. So do we think that there's going to be another sequel trilogy?
I don't think there's going to be a 10, 11, 12, but there is going to absolutely be more Star Wars
Yeah.
stories.
Well, they've
Whether
said they're
or
done
not-
with Skywalker.
Whether or not they bring I would assume they would do cameos, but to an
Right.
extent as it could be very lightly hinted at, like this person's off screen.
Yeah.
Or full-blown cameos, but I don't think they want to show like Rey or Finn or Poe anymore. Poe they might bring in. They could, because he's not super
I think
essential.
Rey would be the hardest one because her arc is basically done.
Yeah.
Yep.
Without
it being a 10, 11, 12.
And Finn didn't really do he kind of got mistreated a little bit in terms of his character arc.
Yeah.
He was just always the defector that nobody trusted.
Right.
And that's just sort of where it's at. And then, so if they brought, if it was him and Rose had, a larger part in one of the offshoot ones, my gut feeling is if they do another main series trilogy, it's going to be way in the future or way in the past.
Well, I know they've talked about doing High Republic, which was what?
That's
Well,
gonna
that's
be-
going to be the show. That's going to be on
Oh, that's
Disney
a
Plus.
show.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's on Disney
okay.
Plus and video games and books.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
I mean,
that's 3,000 years.
Do I want them to make any
before
more? To
we
be perfectly honest, no. I don't want a 10, 11, and 12.
No.
Yeah,
Let me have
I-
closure.
Yeah, that is. I agree with that. The closure is really nice to have.
I mean, I'm not going to not see them. But it was like,
yeah, I'd rather have a side story. It could be. You could still do a trilogy.
absolutely. I love the Mando.
Oh, man,
Yeah,
that's
that's-
amazing.
That's a lot smaller scope.
We're caught up on the Clone Wars. And so that last 4-episode arc
So
was
good.
better than episode 9, the Rise of Skywalker. That last 4 episodes of Clone Wars, better than the Rise of Skywalker. They can
was
tell
good.
Star Wars stories that are amazing and not have to touch the
Dave
trilogy.
Filoni needs to direct movies.
Me
he's-
and
you know-
Bill
Well,
posted.
he directed the Clone Wars movie that wasn't very good. So.
I didn't mind the Clone Wars
it's
movie.
into the Clone Wars
Yeah.
show, you know.
I mean, it's the thing that kicks it
Yeah.
out. They hadn't worked everything out yet.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, he has
Right.
directed a movie.
He has. He has.
I love these questions, Justin. You made us go on a big tangent about Raiders, which is always all right. So,
What was the release of Indiana Jones?
80?
No, I mean movies. Which one was first?
Temple. No, not Temple. Raiders, Temple, Crusade.
Yeah. Yeah. Raiders of the Lost Ark was 1981.
Justin or Cinephile, either one. If you have any other movie trivia, I love movie trivia because you have me beat.
I was gonna say it,
But
please
I'll see
don't
what I
make
can
it
come
too
up with.
difficult because You'll smoke us.
So we touched on it before, and we posted about what people's first Star Wars experiences were, and you guys both did post in there, but do you guys want to elaborate on your introduction to Star Wars?
So as far as I can remember, it was Return of the Jedi on, I want to say, was it TLC? Was that a thing back in the day? It was
the
Return
Learning Channel?
AMC, American Movie Classics.
Yeah, it might have been AMC.
It was a cable TV channel. Ooh, look at me, had cable. Yes, I did. Yep.
Ooh, you fancy
but
pants.
I got to watch it, and then from there, I picked up the VHS box sets. Justin, you brought one on the podcast. It was the silver one because you had the gold, Chris.
Yeah, so you had the widescreen and I had the full screen pan scan.
Yep. And so then I would watch those over and over again, and then in preparation for episode 1, they re-released the original trilogy in theaters, and I remember seeing that with my dad, and he took me, and that it was
awesome.
sold. And then from 99 on, did you come with me to the 99 premiere?
Well, that was one we didn't intend on going to together. I won tickets on a radio contest.
Got it.
And we ended up at the same midnight screening.
And then that was while we were in high school.
Actual
and then,
midnight screening.
Yeah.
Episode 3 came out when I graduated, and just the utter excitement for episode 3 was so real when we went and seen it.
Yeah.
It was louder.
We were transitioning from middle school into high school.
For 99.
For 99.
Yeah.
We were in
at
8th
Phantom
grade.
Menace. But the energy and excitement was real, and it's just ever since then it was...
I've never gone to a movie. None of the Star Wars movies, no other movie has ever come close to any of the Star Wars movies, but no other Star Wars movie has come close to the amount of excitement and energy and anticipation that people had going into at least the screening that we went to of episode 1.
It was insane.
It was people were like some of the loudest
screaming.
I've ever heard. Like when Star Wars came up on the screen.
Yeah, it was.
And the fanfare started. And it was just like lightsabers and lighting up. People were like, ah!
Yeah,
it was nuts.
It was crazy. It was really good. But then my other so then it was like the movies and the content has always kept me just slightly hooked. It was like a thing that I enjoyed.
Yeah, you were never not around something Star
Yep,
Wars.
and then the Legos have really latched on. The Star Wars and the Legos is just a perfect pairing in my opinion. But then Celebration just really sold it. The Celebration, Kara saw tickets for it, and we had never been to a Comic-Con we've always wanted to go to.
Well, you were over in Kuwait.
Yep.
When
and,
the tickets went on sale, and I wrote him. I was like, Jeremy, can you please go to this?
Yeah, can we please get tickets? And it was in Chicago. That's what we were excited about.
Yeah, because they've had it in Europe.
Yeah.
I mean, people are assuming that the next one's probably going to be in Europe.
All right, so before we get to Kara's, so Nick has another question.
Woo! Thanks, Nick.
He wants to know if we're going to make another Star Wars parody song.
Yes, we are.
And then I'm hoping to get a choreographer.
So and we have non-Star Wars ideas as well, but we've got stuff in the works.
Nick, your inside scoop to Brownie after this. Chris will tell you. We'll tell you what it is. We'll talk about it. You get that knowledge, Nick. You get that. You get the insider scoop.
Because you worked with me.
That's right.
So, Kara, your journey, your introduction through Star Wars, and then...
So, I'm pretty sure we had it recorded. But my mom didn't like Star Wars. My dad did. And so we wouldn't watch it a ton. We'd watch it maybe once a year. And, I think I wrote in there, as a little girl, I wasn't the biggest fan. I was like Little Mermaid, Disney princesses, Barbies, all that stuff. So Star Wars, I didn't love it as a kid. I watched it with my family. But then kind of as I got older, high school and stuff, I was like, okay, this is cool. I like this. And it kind of brought in some nostalgia for me because, watching with my dad. But then I think it really came out, towards college. It was like, yes, this is awesome. And I don't think Jeremy and I really admitted our love of Star Wars.
No, it started with Master Chief.
Yeah, Master Chief.
That's how we broke the ice.
Well,
she said she was nerdy, and I'm like, no, you're not nerdy. And she goes, I build Master Chief's armor out of paper. And that was, yeah, you're a nerd.
So it was all video games, and then we got married, and probably a year into being married, we were like, Star Wars.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But I mean,
Oh my goodness, so we got Mike D. Hello, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Welcome to the thing. He has written a paragraph.
Oh, boy. Oh, yes.
Okay.
Ooh, hot seat. All right, here we go.
So we're going to parse this together.
Okay.
I'm a huge Star Trek fan.
Ooh.
I've been watching The Next Generation again. I just watched the episode where Tasha dies. I read an article about it wherein she said she was miserable and didn't want to spend 7 years saying, yes, sir, beaming up, sir. So her characters are on the show. Having watched Worf continue on in Deep Space Nine and the movies, knowing Michael Dorn is set as Worf forever, do you think it makes sense to want to distance yourself from spending a decade associating with a single character, / wanting to not have 3 movie arc for the new movies RE typecasting? And that's very, very good question. So his question is like, do you think that the actors would even want to do another trilogy?
I don't think John Boyega wants to.
I know.
What are we talking about? Star Trek or Star Wars?
Star Wars.
Yeah.
He's referencing his experience with Star Trek into the
So
Star
I know
Wars.
Harrison Ford wasn't huge on coming back. I think Carrie Fisher had to basically beg Mark Hamill and Harrison Ford to come back to the new trilogy. So I mean,
that sounds right to me.
I understand.
And all of them have had great careers outside of Star Wars.
Well, exactly.
Like Harrison Ford, the most obviously.
Yeah.
People don't get Mark Hamill's voice acting. He's more of a voice actor, I would say, than even an on-screen actor anymore.
Excellent.
But Mike, I love these questions. I love these because I don't get to think about this stuff on a daily basis or have a conversation about it. But I think when Ewan McGregor took the role of Obi-Wan Kenobi, his uncle warned him that you will be typecast forever. And he has and he hasn't. I mean, he had a strong acting career.
He played Christopher Robin. That's so far from Kenobi.
He's managed to break free of potential typecasting.
Yes.
That was like the big thing that broke it through.
But I get why when you go to Star Wars Celebration or you hear people's stories, I get why people get burnt out of portraying a character because they don't have an identity outside of that character then. And I think the biggest Star Wars person that had to deal with that was Carrie Fisher. And she embraced it, but it was an up and down struggle for her.
Mm-hmm.
And I listened to her autobiography, and it's fantastic. She reads it to you. So she's very open with suffering with bipolar disorder and embracing that character. But people didn't know her. They didn't give her credit for all the cool things that she did with her life. It was just oh, you're Princess Leia. And she embraced it, but that's got to get overwhelming. That has to get really overwhelming because you don't want to be known for just one thing,
Yeah. Oh, so actually, I'm going to take this into the Harry Potter universe a little bit too.
Perfect example.
So Daniel Radcliffe immediately, even while he was doing Harry Potter, was taking on different roles, doing different plays, doing different performances and stuff. He's he had a plan to not be known as just the guy who was Harry Potter.
Right.
And he's been in some really interesting movies.
Wasn't he in Knives Out? Or what movie was he in recently?
I think so.
I think
he was in Sin City, if I remember. That was creeped me out.
Yeah.
But
see, he had a problem growing up with being
a
Harry
child
Potter.
celebrity.
Yeah, being a child celebrity.
Yeah, he had alcoholism problems and
Wasn't he rumors I've heard he was pretty much drunk for all of one of the.
I think the last one.
What's the last one?
I thought it was 5 or 6.
Was
I can't remember. It was one of those. Yeah, it was. It's just it's got to mess with people. So
yeah.
And I think so. And I know Adam Driver has already started doing a bunch of other stuff. So I think that he's going to be able to.
Yeah,
he's going to be.
Daisy
not that his character is even going to be able to come back.
Adam Driver is a new Harrison Ford. People really like his
swagger,
his demeanor, his person, and he's.
Daisy Ridley's done a bunch of.
She was in the Mystery Train one, but so back to just talking about Mike's question again. For me, it's a bummer. I'd like to know, how'd you feel about your that character leaving that show? Because I get attached to these people. I don't ever want to see him quit. You know, I don't want to see him be done.
Yeah, but
it's part of life. But
yeah,
I miss him.
So imagine you've been at your job for 14 years.
Man, I need to be. I'm done.
16
I need to be done.
Yeah. So imagine. So it took 10 years or whatever to make the trilogy, right? It's if somebody's okay, you're gonna do the exact same thing you just did for 10 more years.
I know.
It's a big commitment.
Yeah. Need some variety.
Gwen, my sister Gwen,
hey,
hello Gwen, commented. She said, "I think Chadwick, Prince's Black Panther, got burned out from instant fame because he was not really very well known at all, and then this is Marvel megastar,
right?
And then so that's an interesting thing to think of too. It's you go from and they had said when JJ said he wanted to find unknown actors and then bring them into the roles. Mm-hmm. And that can have that instant fame effect can mess with people. I can see that for sure.
Right. Another one too, Anthony Daniels didn't even get really properly credited as being C-3PO.
Well, because back then they wanted everybody to believe that it was actually a robot and not a human inside a costume. And so he didn't get credited. He wasn't invited to things. He was invited as C-3PO. Well, yeah,
He
okay.
was.
In costume.
Yeah,
Like,
in costume.
yeah.
So that
That
was
must be the most uncomfortable version of fame ever.
Right.
Yeah, I know.
I think it was by Empire that they finally started being like,
Acknowledging.
okay, yes, it's a human inside of a costume.
So Mike commented he just wanted to reinforce that Tasha ran away from Star Trek.
Harrison Ford got killed off.
So
in Force Awakens? Yeah.
hello, Sarah. Thank you for commenting.
Hi, Sarah.
I think she's just doing the tagging
Oh.
somebody comment.
Gotcha.
so-
Gotcha. Oh, well, hello.
Woohoo! Yeah, come say hi. Ask us a question.
Yeah.
Star Wars
anything.
trivia. So, what I was gonna say too, Kara, when you hit college, you were talking about Star Wars.
Yeah.
I remember you talking about playing Halo, but there's a lot of great Star Wars games. You had
Oh
Knights
yeah,
of
I
the
played
Republic,
Battlefield 1.
Battlefront
Front.
1, and then 2.
Yep.
2 was really the original 2,
Yep.
and they came
Yeah.
out with
On Xbox.
And then they did Star Wars Battlefront
Yeah,
again, and
yep.
then another
Yeah.
sequel.
Yep.
Yeah. I enjoyed those games.
Yeah, Pod Racer. I have an N64 copy of Pod Racer out in the garage.
I can't believe how many people still like that game.
It's such a good game. It's been remastered on Steam, and then it's also coming out again on the Switch or something. 'Cause that's Pod Racer.
Well, yeah, it did.
I had to go there.
I was not ready. I was watching chat, and so I was not prepared for you to drop that. Also, okay, since we're talking about video games, I'm sure there's people that have played plenty of Star Wars video
Oh,
games. Favorite Star Wars video game? And it can't be Galaxy of Heroes.
No, I was gonna say the Lego Star Wars are pretty good, but I mean,
those are fun. I enjoy Jedi Fallen Order.
Fallen Order is really good.
It's a
There's
good
a
game.
lot of them. The KOTOR, KOTOR is fantastic, but
they need to remaster those and re-release them. Oh my gosh, I
the
would
one
play
with
the heck
Kyle-
out of those.
the one with Kyle Katarn, Jedi Outcast,
Okay, yeah.
and then there's 2. Jedi Outcast 2 is a fantastic game.
Vader
and-
Immortal's good.
Ooh, Vader Immortal's good. It is
Have
good.
all the chapters for that come out yet?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're going to be releasing it on PlayStation VR now. Pretty soon here.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
It was really funny. So somebody did one of those, is it 8 gig? Or 8, whatever? 8-bit?
Yeah,
Did a little 8-bit
Nintendo.
Vader, and they were like, this is going to be the quality that you will be receiving. I don't know. I've never played PlayStation VR. I don't know how good it is, but
Yeah,
people
there's
joke
an
about it.
exclusive flying in Battlefront 2 that's only for PSVR. It's like an
Really?
extra thing you get if you get the game. You can fly the X-wing.
PlayStation's always had sort of a weird thing
Proprietary.
with Star Wars. When it was Soul Calibur or something.
Yeah, you could
they
get-
got bonus. You only got Darth Vader if you got it for the PlayStation or something. You got Yoda if you did the game or the Xbox.
Yep.
Or something. It was weird crossovery stuff, but yeah, I don't know, interesting.
Yeah.
Trying to think what my favorite Star Wars game was.
There's so many. I mean, Knights Republic Commando was a fun one. Ooh, the Age of Empires skin, Star Wars. It was an Age of Empires
RTS,
clone.
Yeah.
Amazing game.
I probably played that more than I played Age of Empires.
I did too.
I never liked the
So,
Age of Empires style
what was
games,
it?
so-
Pizza? What was the free food in Age of Empires cheap? Pizza. And then you could
Or
spawn
maybe it was pepperoni pizza. It was one of those two.
pepperoni pizza. You could spawn in a character that could kill everything, right?
Yeah.
In the Star Wars clone of that game, it was an Ewok was the cheat, and it would one shot everything with a spear. Which
That's
Oh, Death Bears.
because Ewoks weren't a playable class in that game. You had Republic, the Empire, the Rebels, the Separatists, a bunch of other ones.
You should go shut the door.
Which one? Are you cold?
I am
Live stream cold?
freezing.
Okay.
Kara doesn't like the door being open.
I was actually,
so
I was like,
cold.
ooh, I'm so comfortable now.
I'm like, I am getting a direct breeze from the door, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's only 30 degrees outside.
Step on one wire, shut the whole stream down.
Oh my goodness, yeah. If you guys saw how janky this is assembled.
Yeah, it's a home setup.
So Mike commented,
Ooh, here we go. All right.
first serious Star Wars memory. I was on KBJR 6 as the first person in line at Premiere Theaters in Cloquet for Episode 1 Midnight Show. So he was at that same showing.
That is insane.
Oh.
I brought a tan to my mom, slept in the car because I was 11 or something. I got the first tickets and I still have them.
Oh,
awesome.
see, I don't have that. That's
Yeah,
one thing I would love.
I don't, and that's something that sort of makes me mad about movies today. It's I even remember at Premiere Theaters up until maybe 10 years ago, you got a legitimate ticket.
Yes.
that had like the it was survive. Now you just get like that cheap like thermal
Computer.
paper.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, like I know. So I went to opening night of Return of the King, and I'm pretty sure I still have that ticket because I'd keep all of my movie tickets and I'd put them in a little tin, and I don't know where it is. It's probably my parents' house, but they fade. Like
Yeah.
you can go back and you can look at it, and I mean you can't see what they say anymore. Even if it's on a nice paper, it's not printed like it used to be.
Right.
It's like that heat print
Yep.
or whatever. It's still on a thick cardstock paper, but it's
Just doesn't hold up.
nope. It's kind of sad. So I'm like, don't know why I keep them.
Just waving at people.
Oh.
I didn't realize that was a thing. So, hello to Bonnie, my mom.
Oh yeah.
Bonnie.
Bonnie have a special connection with your mom, Chris, because when I streamed the first episode of Vader Immortal,
Yes.
your mom, out of all the people I know, was the one person who like stuck with the majority of the story,
Yeah.
which is really flattering. I don't know.
She just felt bad.
Probably, but it really,
Nobody else was watching Jeremy.
it was really fun to like play.
She forgot
know
to
people were
shut it
watching. She was making eyeball soup.
Turned it on, yeah. Turned it on and walked away.
And if she wasn't here, would she get that? Like, if she wasn't
Yeah.
here for the first part, would she get that reference?
I think she would. I
Okay.
think she would. Then hi to Josh Blaylock.
Hi, Josh.
Hello, Josh.
And Jim is also
Woo.
Oh.
at some point had jumped in.
Woohoo! Hi, Jim.
Mike commented they don't make those tickets like they used to.
No, they do
don't.
not. So, and that's the thing. Kara is much more of a commemorative person like that, and
I like nostalgia things, you
I
know? Look back.
am,
like,
but with very certain things. But I would
Yeah.
love to have kept that specific thing.
My mom collected concert tickets. She actually has
Oh,
them in
that's
like
cool.
frames and stuff.
Yeah,
And she says all the time, she's like, man, I know I have more of these somewhere and I haven't found them, but like, it's impressive how many huge musical acts came through Duluth in the 80s.
it's crazy.
I'm sure.
I think it was
Funny story.
she said ZZ Top came through here when they
Really?
were like completely unknown, and it was like ZZ Top and my mom.
Really
just hanging out.
That's
Funny story.
awesome.
So, you know, everything that's going on, the world and everything. I hear one of my coworkers at his desk today. It was hilarious to me. Is Pat? He's an older guy. He goes, "Oh, Journey canceled the concert." So apparently he was going to a Journey concert. It was just like this little. Oh man! All right. Well, and then he went about his day. But yeah, so apparently Journey was going to play somewhere coming up, and now
Wow.
they're not. And Pat had tickets.
Oh, that's a bummer.
It
Journey's
blows-
great. I love Journey.
Yeah.
They're good.
But it was just funny. He was like, to me, I would be like, no, you know. But he was
Right.
just like, oh, Journey's canceled. So.
Poor Pat.
Pat, don't stop believing. They'll come back. Oh no.
Jeremy,
Oh, man.
you're just on fire.
Oh,
I
good
don't know
Lord.
what happens here.
I don't know.
So, Mom, if you're still watching, I want you to tell me some of the stories of the. Tell me your Star Wars story. You told it to me once upon a time.
Yeah.
My mom grew up in a place that was like right now it's like population 300. I don't know if there was like
Right.
maybe about the same size out in western Minnesota. And I think the closest movie theater is, a half hour away or something. It's like a 2-plex or something.
Yeah.
So, 77. So my mom, she would have been in her teens when it came out. So I'm sure she went to see it.
You don't make her too old now.
So quick math.
My dad was 23 when they came out.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so like it's just interesting. And even, again, going back to that post, like some people's stories were like, yeah, I started the drive-in in 77,
Yeah.
or like I think one of them was Force Awakens is the first one that they saw.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
So it's like you get this huge
Yeah.
But that's
50-year spread.
that was one of the things that when I was talking about earlier was that's what blows my mind is that you can have people tell their first Star Wars story over the course since 1977 to present.
Mm.
So some people are introduced to the books, some people are introduced
Yeah.
to the, like Clone Wars cartoon TV show. Mandalorian, I guarantee you Mandalorian was a lot of firsts for people.
Oh, yeah.
And what a treat in a way.
Like
you see this
that's a very high bar to come in at.
Yeah, well, and it
It
is.
is.
But you get this little carve out of a giant universe.
Well,
Yeah.
the nice thing is, like, you literally don't need to know anything about Star Wars to watch The Mandalorian.
No.
Nothing. Like, there's no, like, references to other people. Like, the only thing is the Darksaber, but that's only if you've watched Rebels.
Oh,
You
there's
know,
like
or,
winks and nods
Clone
at
Wars.
things, but yeah, you don't need
Yeah.
to you don't have to come in with anything to enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, like, I feel like whether you're an original movies only or you love everything, I think we can all agree that Mandalorian is great.
Yeah.
Yep. A lot of people love the Mando.
Yep.
You mess with the Mando, you get Force Hand.
Baby Yoda. I
was-
love Baby Yoda.
I was sending a screenshot to my sister of a webcomic completely unrelated to Star Wars. And I screenshot very few things. So when I look in the folder, there's like 8 pictures, right?
I screenshot everything.
And there was so Untitled Goose Game. It was the goose
Oh,
in
yeah,
the hat
absolutely.
holding a baseball bat that says you mess with the honk, you gets the bonk.
Yes.
And that's what that reminds me of every time you say it.
That's so great.
I've beat that game. I'll tell you.
Really?
I need
You
to
solved all
play
the
it.
puzzles?
I
don't
did.
believe you.
I did. When you're done,
Jeremy is all about that gamer score.
I am.
That's fair.
Like it's ridiculous. So we started playing what's the
Okay, so there's this. Okay, all right. Reddit, boom. The great post I saw. It was like, "Hey, you're married. You want a game with your significant other. What can I do?" And Overcooked was one that was very recommended. So Overcooked, Chris, you and I will have to play this sometime just for fun. You're 2 chefs and you prepare orders. So it'll be like somebody will say, "I want a burger." So you have to cut up the patty, throw it on the thing. I'll grab the buns. I'll plate it, put the cheese on, or there might not be a cheese. If it's only ketchup or whatever. And then
you're
you put
basically
it
running
together
a cafe
and you
and
deliver
putting
it.
together orders.
And then as you progress, you'll be on a ship, so then everything like slides to the left and slides to the right.
Or you'll be in
on
space.
or on pickup trucks that are like going back and forth, and you gotta like run across or throw food to each other.
We gotta join a union. This is terrible working conditions.
And so there's this fun
Right.
game where you move furniture. That was a big point. That was a big long tangent because of gamers.
Well, what's the name of it?
Mike Overcooked.
No,
Overcooked's
the
the cooking
packing
one, but the packing one is a new
Oh.
one.
Anyway, it just came out, and so the first thing Jeremy does, he goes and looks at all of the points, the points he can get, the achievements, and so there's one where you had to find this hidden mailbox and run it over with your truck, with a packing truck.
Kara wants
And
to play
so
the game.
I just want to play the game. I think we're going to the next spot. And Jeremy goes throughout the town just running over every single mailbox he possibly can. I was like, oh, this is fun.
It is! And then she can drive the truck too, and then you counter each other's inputs. And the truck just comes to like
It
a
was
stop, and then it's just like trying to drive and like, give me back my power.
Moving out.
Moving out, that's it.
Thank you, Mike D. Mike says that
Thank
Overcooked
you.
is great. We should play 4-player co-op.
Absolutely!
Yes.
I know we've only ever done 2 people.
We should do like a Twitch stream of that.
Yes.
Yes, that'd be fun.
Oh, Overcooked. And Mike, have you played Overcooked 2? That is a
Okay,
really
so
fun
here's the
one.
only thing. I can only play like 2 or 3 levels before I'm like, I can't do this anymore.
Because of stress.
Because of stress.
Overcooked 2 is 25% off on Steam right now.
Ooh.
So, Jeremy, go ahead and buy us 4 copies.
Right. Oh, it's so much fun.
You
Gwen,
get 3 for the price of 1.
Yeah.
4 for the price of 1.
Gwen had a question a couple minutes back. If you were going to send a droid unit on a mission, what 3 droids would you send?
Chopper, R2, and...
BB-8. Or would you do C-3PO? Because he can... Oh, no.
C-3PO is completely worthless.
Yeah, that's true. R2.
I love him as a character.
If it wasn't for C-3PO, R2-D2 probably wouldn't have been able to do his job.
That's
We've
true.
been stuck in a sand crawler in the pits of Tatooine for
That's
42
true.
years.
But...
That's I really like that question. It just Chopper would get it done by himself, but an AP5. I
Well,
would
so you
keep
gotta
him
think,
with
so
the
if you
AP5.
have to send 3, like let's say that you have to, so you have to
What
pick
about BD-1?
3 droids that are capable of actually working together. then,
I
too.
mean, this little guy.
This is an awesome droid.
BD-1 from Jedi Fallen Order. He is very close to being my favorite droid.
He might actually
be. Gwen says IG-11 has to go.
Oh!
He's amazing. How can we?
He would protect everyone.
I want to see IG-11 and C-3PO together.
That would be hilarious.
That's like- yeah,
Can you
like-
imagine if he was like, I must commence the self-destruct? C-3PO would be like, what?
Oh my!
Oh my! Yeah, that's hilarious.
Wait, you talked about Galaxy of Heroes earlier, and he was an unlockable character.
Bill, we gotta bring K2SO. We need someone with hands.
Yeah.
So okay, I think that's why C-3PO.
You're going all
IG-11,
handsy.
Yep, C-3PO, IG-11, K2SO.
You got to think for tall droids, huh?
Yep.
Yep, that's funny. That'd be a great. I mean, they're gonna get stuff done. They're gonna
Yeah.
argue. C3PO,
They'll
did you say
argue to no
K2SO?
Yeah, it's
Imagine those two.
It's gonna be
together.
Okay,
hilarious.
here's
That's gonna be
the
the best
C3PO,
trilogy
It's
K2SO.
the Three Stooges.
They're-
It is. Who's the main one? Mo.
Yeah.
Mo is absolutely IG-11. He's going to be like the anchor one, and then
Clock.
yeah.
Here's the thing. K2SO, C3PO are going to be arguing to no end, and while they're arguing, IG-11 is going to get it done.
Oh yes, no, that is perfect.
That's
oh,
so funny.
Kara, you should do like a drawing of like a Three Stooges thing with those three. That would be
Oh my
amazing.
gosh, that'd be hilarious.
Is Blender hard to learn, Chris?
Probably, I haven't even looked at it. I imagine it is. I know it's
You can do everything.
No machine we have is capable of running it decently.
Yeah.
Gabriel Riviera, may the 4th be with you.
Oh,
And
maybe
also
we're
with you.
What's like?
Oh, Glenn's bringing a mouse droid.
Oh yeah, that's Kara. Burp, burp, burp.
I love
Old
She's
that.
man
like
Tucket.
he runs decoys. Old man Tucket.
Somebody I saw a meme, and it said the mouse droid is Roomba's uncle. Like great uncle or something like that.
What? Oh, I don't want to spoil it. There's that rusty mouse droid, and we're like, why would there be a rusty mouse droid there?
In the Kenobi short.
Oh, then it's not a spoiler
no,
for
it's
anything.
Not a spoiler. Jamie
There's a-
Costa made a Kenobi short, kind of like 2 years after he goes to Tatooine with Luke.
So this is a fan thing?
It's a fan made
Yeah,
thing. We'll have
so-
to watch it later. It's really good.
Okay.
James Arnold Taylor, the voice of Kenobi in the Clone Wars,
Oh.
is the main
He's-
villainess. Anyways,
Yeah.
Gabriel was her name.
And Gabriel Riviera, he, I believe.
Oh,
Yeah, did you say she? I was like,
sorry, but hi.
Hello. Mike D says Blender's not that hard.
Oh, good because
Thanks,
it
Mike.
can do anything. It can do like animation. Apparently, it can do even video editing. Right?
Yeah,
It can
the only experience I've seen with it is for doing expression-based, like, shape manipulation, if you want to do, like, modular transitions and stuff.
Mike.
Oh, sorry, I just got distracted. by
Mike, what do you do? Mike 3D prints. I 3D print. I just switched to a glass plate with hairspray, and it made a big difference.
mm-hmm.
But I use Simplify 3D to put my files in, and that's my slicer. But I only ever get my models off of Thingiverse. Where do you make your 3D? Do you make 3D models? Do you use Blender? Do you use something else? Let me know.
Would you think, like, any type of, like, AutoCAD or something should be able to...
Well, I went to school for drafting. I learned SolidWorks,
Okay.
but it's a $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 program. I can't afford that. It's
yeah, once
ridiculous.
you roll that cost back into your 12-cent part...
Yeah, I
you gotta pay
know.
$9 trillion of them to break even.
I know. Ah.
Good lord.
Oh, my goodness.
So I heard Blender was an option.
Okay. Yeah, no, like, because I know, I follow, I can't remember, Corridor Crew. That's a post-production house. They have multiple YouTube channels for different things. So they're like the VF Artist Reacts guys. So if you've seen any of those, that's them. And they were talking about, like, doing, like, like 3D renders in Blender and stuff.
Got it.
So. I know that when I was doing research on processors, when my computer went down, like, one of the benchmarks was, like, doing a Blender render. That's something. Mike says he makes him an Autodesk Fusion 360 or with Blender and steals stuff from Thingiverse.
Got
I
it,
use
yeah.
Autodesk Graphic
For doing
for
vectors.
doing vectors.
Yep, vectors.
Mike says you can get Fusion for free because you're an enthusiast, and he says, what kind of printer do you have?
I have,
we have a brother.
No, not a 3D.
Oh, 3D printer.
A brother is 1710 black and white.
Yeah, it's
It'll hold almost a whole ream of paper.
It's a FlashForge Creator Pro. It's a dual extruder, but I wish I only had one because I've been having problems with the when one side, like, I'll only ever use one, and I only found out recently you're only supposed to do PLA on one side and ABS on the other, but PLA works fine in both. But the filament will dry and leave a little nub, and then it will, when I print, the one dried nub will rip off my when it lays. So I was having a problem. Oh, 3D printing, man, there's a lot to learn. Getting
Tim?
prints stuck,
Thank you
unstuck.
for saying hello, Tim.
Hi, Tim.
Tim. Wait, which Tim?
Your dad.
My dad's watching?
Yeah. Or somebody claiming to be your dad is watching.
Hi. I'm flabbergasted.
May the 4th be with you, Tim.
Oh.
And also
Yes.
with you.
Then Mike said OMG and then in caps OMG, so I don't know what's coming. He says, "Why the heck would you have a dual extruder that you can't do two with PLA?"
Yeah, I know, right? So you can print. I've been printing. So the spools on the back. So funny. So after listening to you, I saw your post about making stuff for people as a way to make extra money, and you had optimized your printer. So that I was like, oh, I should actually look that up. I've never done it. So I found a great YouTube video that this guy goes through, and there's 9 upgrades you can make in print, and one of them is amazing, and it came out perfect. Is the filament to extrude to the filament spools where you mount on the back, it creates a really sharp turn to go up the back of the tubes. And I 3D printed this thing that brings that whole system out so they come straight off the spool. That works super great because I've had a couple print fails due to filament failing to extrude. And so anyways, I printed all this optimization and everything, but you can 3D print a fan extender that brings the PLA fan from one over to the other so it cools both. But you have to print it. It's just funny to me because it's if the printer doesn't work and you need to print something, it's funny. Robots making robots, it's wrong. It's wrong. And if you can print these improvements, why wouldn't they just make them from the thing? Anyways.
Tim says he's got his eye on you, so be careful.
Oh, who? Me? Which one?
He just says you. He didn't say anybody specific.
It's got to be careful.
It's definitely not me. I'm on this side of the camera.
You never know. You never know. Parents are sneaky like that.
But I want to get.
Right.
I want to get I think it's a Cree. It's wide open with a much bigger build plate, so I can print. I want to 3D print a whole set of Clone Trooper armor or Stormtrooper armor. And this one I was looking at is cheaper than the Flash Forge, and it's got a build plate that you can print a helmet in one go. Because I don't want to. Have you ever welded PLA? You can take a soldering iron and weld PLA together. So yeah, we're crazy. We're nerds.
Yeah.
We're nerds.
This is all the stuff that when we first started the channel. So happy anniversary, by the way.
Yeah, we've been doing this for a year.
1 year of Rise of the Podcast.
Crazy.
When we first started, it's we'll do 3D build or 3D printing stuff, and so recently we've been doing stuff with Kara for doing sewing things, but doing cosplay stuff.
It only took a year.
Well, so and part of the thing is we have such a nice infrastructure at the studio. It's kind of do we want to take a step back in quality?
I know.
Or whatever, or it's or do you want to just totally take over your house with this stuff? Or...
Well, we could have set this up in 2 seconds down at the studio. We just want internet down there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's true.
Would have been way easier. I miss that space.
I don't miss the drive.
No, but the space is nice.
Yeah, space is nice. Could be warmer.
Tim says he's watching both of you and all. Then Mike says, once the Rona is done, we should all get together and bang on our printers.
Yeah, absolutely.
He says he's got an Ender 5 and he's got a huge build plate.
Yeah, see. I want to say I watched this guy called Big Baby Props, but now he's changed his name.
Oh, he's not Big Baby anymore?
No, he's not Big Baby. And I don't know, I loved that catchline. That's about half the reason why I watched him, is he'd start off every video. He's like, hey, welcome to Big Baby Props, and I'm the Big Baby. And then he'd start his videos. But anyways, he's Master Forge Army. I know, right? He was Master, he's Master Forge now or something, and he does 3D printing. And I want to say he has does Ender make a Cree printer, or I'll have to just look up what your printer looks like.
When you say Cree, I'm thinking of
CREE, right?
Superman, or the Kree from
Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
Yeah, Captain Marvel. Yeah, the Kree race of
See, and I could be getting confused. I don't know. I'm easily confused.
Confuzzled.
But I love these questions. I love the Star Wars questions. I love the bringing the which droid did you take on a mission, or which character do you hate, or all those are super fun.
Creality is the company Mike says.
That's
so you were
Mike D's just on top of the fact checks today.
I know. That's 100% it. That's why I'm getting confused. Does Creality make Ender? I'm assuming yes.
Yep. CR10 maybe he's thinking of Creality. Ender 5 is my full printer name. Gwen's thinking about Stargate for some reason.
Battlestar Galactica.
Stargate. Okay, so I have actually to take a second here to talk about Stargate. So that was one of the 2 shows growing up that I could tolerate watching with my sister. We had there was a dividing line. It's if one of us liked a show, the other one could not like the show.
Right.
And Stargate was one of the shows that we would watch together, and in particular SG-1. And man, there was about 1 billion episodes of that show.
So Mistaken Identity. I used to think, and I can't remember the name of the movie, but there was a scary movie I saw as a kid, and this guy gets abducted, and then he crawls underneath the table, and he has flashbacks. I can remember it if we looked it up, but I always thought that movie was Stargate. because there's like a
okay.
Stargate type thing. And then the scariest movie I ever saw was Event Horizon.
I remember, so it was...
I'm like, oh, it's got the guy with Jurassic Park in it.
No,
It's gotta
exactly,
be good.
Sam Neill.
Yeah,
is
Sam
in that
Neill.
movie.
Who's also in Peter Rabbit.
Yeah, he's the grumpy farmer.
Yeah, he is the grumpy
That
farmer.
I was completely unable to recognize when you showed it to me. But anyway,
Event Horizon.
Event
Sam Neill.
Horizon. Oh my god, that's like one of the most traumatizing movies I've ever seen.
Super traumatizing.
I was that came out in like I want to say 97.
It's scary.
Jurassic
movie.
Park was 91. So then I would have been 4. But
Jurassic
like by the time,
Park was 91.
yeah,
Oh my.
or was it 93? 91 or 93?
Oh, hello Siri.
Not 100% sure. Somebody double check it. Oh, Gwen says screw Event Horizon.
I haven't seen it.
You
Jeremy
don't know
told me
Oh,
about
no,
it. but-
don't watch it. Like there are images from that movie burned into my head. I can just see vividly as day right now that I just want to forget forever.
Just gory and gross, or
Yeah,
like
like
okay.
there's a part with the hooks. I think you remember
Yeah,
that. Jeremy?
Ooh.
Oh.
So I did not grow
I
up
literally
watching
have
scary
goosebumps
movies.
right now.
Jeremy tried to get me to watch the new It with him. Nope. I'm all sorts
Oh.
of nope and out of there. I don't do
AJ watched
scary.
it.
Yeah, well,
But-
AJ's AJ. He like watches anything.
But,
No offense.
Yeah. But I got duped the same way you did. I was like, oh, Sam Neill. I love that guy from
All these
Jurassic
cool
Park.
people.
And it's
Yay.
like,
Duped into a horror movie.
yeah, you got me Event Horizon. But like probably a good horror movie. I just like scarred from it.
Yep.
Nick says, did we watch Lego Masters and have we made any big Star Wars Lego builds?
So the biggest Star Wars Lego, but I have watched Lego Masters. Not all of the episodes. But I've definitely seen some of them. I loved the C-3PO one and the Terry Crews.
Terry
one.
Crews
It was
was
really,
good.
really, really
Terry
fun.
Crews is in the Star Wars one, wasn't he?
No,
No, that was the Heroes and Villains one.
that was the Heroes
Oh.
and Villains.
Terry Crews built a he
TIE
built
fighter.
a TIE fighter.
I used
I saw that.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Terry Crews is the man.
big sets. We built the Star Destroyer. The
Yeah.
Ultimate Collector's Series.
It would
UCS
actually
Star
fit on
Destroyer.
this table.
but not by much.
There's a
No.
time lapse build of it.
It was awesome. It was overwhelming, to be perfectly honest. It was really fun. I still want to build a Falcon in the worst way. It's just too much.
I've heard they're going
Plain
to
and
retire it.
simple. Are they? Well, anyways, it's just too much
Fine
money.
now. No, it was. It took 12 and a half hours to build.
Yeah.
And the
Did you see
Falcon
Dude
has more
Perfect?
pieces.
So okay. First off, Rhett and Link threw the UCS Falcon off the roof of their building, and it just took a matter of time. Dude Perfect threw the Falcon or the Star Destroyer.
I saw that. I love Dude Perfect. Okay, so
Excuse you, go pick
Jurassic
that
Park
up.
was 93. I got corrected by both Gwen and Cinephile.
Who commented first?
My sister, actually.
Wow, Justin. Like,
I can't go down to the milliseconds, but I'm sure that it was close.
Yeah.
Gwen says, don't watch Event Horizon, Kara. Don't do it.
not
It's so
going
scary.
to, girl. Don't worry about it.
Gabriel Riviera says now he has to watch it. We've just opened this whole thing, so
oh
those of you
man!
who watch Event Horizon, don't blame us.
But message me if you
Okay,
do and let me
so
know.
but here's the thing, Gabriel. Do you like scary horror?
Well, I'm sure you would. We're saying don't do this.
And he's
and
like,
he's gonna
I
do it."
must do it now.
Gwen says eyes. We don't need eyes where we're going. Gwen says, scary movie question. Does Jeremy remember his mom asking him to burn A Perfect Storm in her driveway?
Yeah, I do remember that. That's a Stephen King book that got turned into a movie, and my mom hated it so much she wanted the DVD destroyed.
Did it affect her in a way?
Yeah, it just the physical, the possibility of anything from that movie manifesting itself in reality around my mother is terrifying.
Okay, so is I've never.
So
seen,
yes.
I'm.
Sim. That was,
It's our cat.
That's scary.
oh, we're talking about scary movies, and I'll grab them for the live stream.
Oh, Simba.
This is Simba.
Carrie doesn't like Simba.
He's
But-
11 years old. Anyways, so yes.
So I've never seen A Perfect Storm. I've never seen Independence Day. I've never
Independence Day
seen.
is great.
I've never seen
Yeah, that's not
any of
scary.
those movies. Like
Um,
I feel like those are classics from our time. I've never seen any of them.
Absolutely 100% cannot recommend Independence Day enough. It is so good.
We should watch it.
That's like peak Will Smith. Like when you think of Will
Oh, yeah.
Smith just swaggering across the universe.
I didn't even know Will Smith was in it.
Yeah, it's Will Smith and
Yeah, it's a fantastic
what's his name?
Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, Jeff Goldblum.
I
Yeah.
love Jeff Goldblum.
And yeah, he plays the computer hacker.
Yep.
Okay.
He's good.
So-
That's
Oh.
also prime Jeff Goldblum. That is
Yes,
that
yes.
Jurassic Park.
Your mom doesn't like Perfect Storm.
No, you don't know what movie that is. Trust me, you've never
I've
seen
never
it.
seen it, but I know I've seen the cover of it. Is it like supernatural weird creepiness, or is it?
Oh no! It's straight up. A demon moves to a town in New England and then
Okay.
like creates a storm that shuts off the town from everybody else. And he literally manipulates everybody into doing whatever he pleases, but not in a way that's even. It's like they force the villagers to like all like kill a baby or something. It's really messed up.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
So-
really messed
Stephen
up.
King's like, spoiler alert, good at writing messed up stuff.
And just so you
I
wonder.
don't like supernatural
wonder
things, so
Yeah.
my mom came to watch that.
yeah.
We saw the first part of the movie, and this is what's weird about movies, right? And like Justin, you can probably like the thing about movies is they have a way to command your attention, but they also like they stick with you. So we were in England on vacation, and it was playing on the TV over there, and we didn't get. It was like a split in the multiple days, right? So we see the first half of this movie, and we hadn't got into the point where it was like scary yet, but it was like we got to see this movie. Like we got to finish it. So we got home and we looked up what the movie was, or we like made sure we knew what it was, and we bought it, and then we watched the second half of it. We're like, oh, what did we get into?
I can just imagine your poor mom.
Yeah. No, she's like, yep, Avitasen, out of
Yeah.
here.
Oh, the
Gwen
cat
says
hair.
that cheddar boy.
Yep, he's still around. I still miss Floyd.
Poor fatty. His paw prints under here.
This is
Fatty
yeah.
lumpkins.
He's got a big foot. Tuxedos have huge feet.
They're big
Tuxedos are
cats.
big cats. They're wonderful.
I've got Toby the cat, the handsomest.
Oh man, I had a great time with Toby when I came to fix the computer.
Jerry came over and he's like, dang, I'm pretty sure Toby's bigger than Floyd was.
He is
Toby
big.
was like blobbed out on the chair,
Oh,
just
man.
like, bleh.
He's a big kitty.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness.
We do have one more cat, but she's quite shy. She's probably holed up in the basement.
Yeah, she came out for a second when I first got over here.
And then she saw, nope, stranger. Stranger danger.
Yeah, we'll see her next week.
Yeah.
Simba doesn't care.
No, he's a brave kitty.
And he's shedding everywhere.
That's all right.
Oh, I missed a comment from Gabriel Rivera. He said, I grew up on the original It movies, Saw movies, and
Okay.
Final Destination.
Yeah,
Oh,
nope.
You'd probably really enjoy it. It's a scary freaking movie.
Saw is good. It's just it's scary. It's just
I don't like body horror.
yeah.
I remember seeing...
I'd watch supernatural horror all day long. Body
Really?
horror is the thing that like the Hostel. I don't know. I'd be probably
It's that
There's
movie
the part
stuck
where
with me.
when the Achilles tendon gets sliced.
Ew,
And
stop
he's like
talking.
he can't walk.
Ugh.
the pool.
Oh
or
my
the bathtub,
goodness.
The bathtub.
Yeah.
Grody. Ew.
Ugh.
Nope.
Yeah. I'm,
So-
you know,
I know, like I said, I don't watch scary movies. I remember watching the commercial for the first Final Destination, and
I'm
that
looking up a movie.
absolutely scarred me. I decided, like, it was the one where they reached their hand down to clear out like their sink grinder, and then turns on. I was like, so nope.
the first Final Destination is a legitimate classic.
Ew.
The movie that I used to think that scared me with the alien abduction, Fire in the Sky.
Okay.
1993. Justin, have you seen Fire in the Sky? A guy gets abducted, and then the whole movie is him having flashbacks, and he like crawls underneath a coffee table or a kitchen table, and he bumps the table, and a thing of syrup or honey tips over, and then runs down the table, and when it hits him, it initiates a flashback, and that's the first time you like start to see the aliens. So the honey like hits him, then he is on the alien spaceship like punching out of a pod, and then like the goo is all over him and everything, and you like see the aliens. Oh, it's a scary movie. So
Ugh.
Fire in the Sky.
A movie that scared me, I think it was late 70s, early 80s, Killer Clowns. I think that's what it was.
Oh, that's like
the outer space
world. Yeah, that's
It's where they like shoot their bubblegum rays
Yeah,
at
it's
people.
How
super
have people
heavy.
seen that?
It is, but it
everybody's
creeps.
seen it.
It scared me.
Yeah, but I
It
thought I was like-
creepy.
When I was like younger, I thought I was being cool, and I was on Netflix looking for something to watch. I'm like, yeah, this movie's gonna be so bad it's good. And I'm like, it's pretty
Just
bad.
It is, but it scared me. It scared the bejeebies out of me.
Justin says he's never seen it.
Fire in the Sky. I'll have to become
Oh.
a Patreon to
Yeah.
make them watch it. Worth it, actually.
I don't know if you guys are familiar with the YouTube channel Fact Fiend or not, but
I think so.
Glenn says there's a good Fact Fiend episode about Event Horizon, so you can get all the facts without any of the horror.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. That sounds like it's for me.
Yeah, Gabriel says Killer Clowns is a classic, so everybody has seen Killer Clowns from outer
Okay.
space.
I thought
I thought Star Wars is what bonded us together, but it's really Killer Clowns from outer
Out of space.
It creeped me out. I don't know why. It was just, I don't know. I was probably, 13, 14 when I saw it. Just, I don't know. I was home alone. Just, creepy.
Yeah.
And, I grew up out in the country. So my house is surrounded by woods,
That's where clowns
and it just creeped me out. Just nope.
Bill says he's still terrified of E.T. Shivers.
Oh,
Really?
yeah, there's-
Okay, so I grew up on E.T. I thought E.T. was cute. I liked him.
I remember I saw E.T. once when I was younger, and it was kind of like, ugh, or whatever, but then I watched it again later and it was fine.
Right.
I don't know. I grew
But-
up with that one. It was totally fine with me.
See, Justin says, weirdest movie scare when I was younger. The original Batman terrified me because of the Joker. When Applebee's would have a portrait of him, the old Miller Hill, before they redesigned it.
Yep.
So I
Movie
refused to
theater.
watch it or any Batman as a kid until
Wow.
Dark Knight at 12 years old.
That's interesting. We definitely need to have Keith and Justin on the podcast.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, that would
To
be...
talk
Yeah.
about Batman and that experience.
I'm trying to think of how old I was when Dark Knight came out. What year did that come out? I think I went to
05.
I went to the midnight showing of it.
03. Justin, what year did the Dark... So, 12... what year is it? 07? Justin, what year did Dark Knight come out?
My first Batman was the one with Val Kilmer, and then I went back and watched the Michael Keaton ones.
Keaton's
and
my Batman.
Oh, he's
My
good.
first
It's
one
good.
was
But
Dark Knight.
Danny DeVito creeped me out. I mean, he was...
No, yeah, so legitimately, so Batman Returns, I would watch up until, oh man, even the beginning of it's messed up,
Yeah.
like with the baby, and they're just like, oh, and throw it in the river.
Yep.
What?
Have you not seen Batman Returns?
I don't think you've seen Batman.
I haven't. I've only seen the Christian Bale Batmans.
Okay, well, so,
To her credit, on Kara's own, she said, I would like to watch the all of the 007 movies.
Yeah,
starting
I'd
with
like to
Sean
watch it.
Connery.
I've only seen the Daniel
I've
Craig
seen
ones
them all.
of those.
I've seen them all. There's some absolutely great ones. My lifelong
Make a list for Kara.
My lifelong dream is to direct a James Bond.
Oh!
Love to make a James Bond movie.
Oh,
There you go.
man.
So Daniel Craig, if you want to ride the horse one more time.
For live streamers, I just learned that, and I've known Chris his
Yeah.
whole life, so...
That's one of those things like I've thought forever. So Indiana Jones was born because Steven Spielberg wanted to do a Bond movie. And George Lucas is like, well, what if James Bond had a dad? Boom, Indiana Jones.
Really?
That's the story. They were on the beach waiting for the returns to come in for Star Wars. George Lucas is so convinced that Star Wars is going to flop, he just wanted to go on vacation in Hawaii. Spielberg went out with him.
Interesting.
And they're sitting there, they did the whole thing where they traded points for Close Encounters, I think it was Close Encounters and Star Wars. They traded 2.5% each, too.
Yeah.
And it was during that conversation where Spielberg's like, I think I want to direct a Bond movie. I think that'd be cool. And then George Lucas is like, well, have I got an idea for you?
Great moments in history, we should write those down, because Kara was talking about you went to the Oxenchild, the bar where Tolkien wrote Lord of the Rings.
Oh, the Eagle and Child?
Eagle and Child, where
In
he sat
Oxford?
with authors and talked about
Yeah, he was
whatever.
the Inklings. So
the Inklings.
the two main ones that I know of, C.S. Lewis and J.R.R. Tolkien.
Okay.
So Mimi and I went over there when we were in England. We took a train up to Oxford, went to the Eagle and Child. I had a wild boar burger, best burger I've had in my entire life, and a Kopperberg fruit beer. Best fruit beer I've ever had in my life.
She's been chasing it for years.
Oh,
Well, you guys will just have to go back.
Yep.
I
And I'll
want
come
to
with.
so bad. It's beautiful.
Steven Spielberg, George Lucas, and then that would be just fly on the wall. Totally
Yeah.
cool to see.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'd
Um,
love to be that.
So, I don't know, I'm just going back through chat. We had kind of a blast come in. I can't remember if I said Gabriel said he had a clown phobia.
Oh, no,
Oh,
we didn't get to
no.
that.
So, yeah, he said he had a clown
So
phobia.
you were
growing up.
terrified of killer clowns like me?
So Nick, I'm going to get back to your comment because he asked the question. Justin said that the Christian Bale series started in 08.
Oh, yeah. So I went to the midnight showing. I was 20.
Gwen said the penguin made her so uncomfortable. Cinephile says, sorry for the typos. I'm freezing on my outdoor walk right now. Thank you for the dedication. And then he wants to know my favorite James Bond is Sean Connery. 100%. His is Roger Moore. Roger Moore, good Connery. Good Connery, good Bond.
Bonus
Sean
fact:
Connery.
Roger Moore looks kind of like my dad.
He did, yeah.
At certain times of their lives.
Yeah. I would say that's accurate.
So, fun fact.
But yeah, Sean Connery is just so good. But man, there's some stuff in some of the Bond movies now, though. If you did, they would never see the light of day. It's so, but they're great movies. I really like them. So then going back to the next question. If you could be any character in a Star Wars film, who would
Ahsoka.
you be and
Han
why?
Solo.
Ahsoka, 100%. She is BA. I love that girl so much.
It'd be a tough one between Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan Kenobi's my favorite Jedi, right?
Mhm.
It'd be cool to have the Force and use a lightsaber and everything. And he lived a long, fulfilling life, and he didn't get killed by his son. But
they were probably about the same age when they died, because Obi-Wan was only like 56 or 57 when he died.
that's true.
He just looked older.
Man.
He just looked older.
Yeah.
But Han Solo, man, I mean, he like his life story is your best friend's a Wookiee. You get to fly the Millennium Falcon. He was the epitome of like a cool, manly character. I don't know. He's just awesome. Han Solo, all the way.
He is,
Ahsoka.
Nothing's like a good blaster at your side, a DL-44. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, 1,000%
Ah.
Ahsoka for me. She's so cool. Like, I mean, she's just so calm, collected, but like so deadly with those lightsabers.
deadly
I
with her
mean-
tongue. Like,
I wouldn't say.
Yeah.
I would
She
argue
snips.
that she's not calm.
She
She's headstrong and impulsive, much like
okay.
Anakin.
So I'm not thinking snips. I'm thinking more fulcrum.
Okay.
Adult.
I
adult
haven't gotten to that
Ahsoka.
part of the film.
And like
Yeah,
even the
sorry.
Ahsoka in season 9,
Eight.
8,
season 7. Sorry, guys.
is it
It's
7? Oh,
Oh,
well,
this is the.
season 7.
Seasons 1 through 5 came out on DVD. Season 6 was the lost episodes, and season 7's the.
Okay.
This
Finish.
one.
Well, in
I'm only
this
4
new,
seasons behind then.
in this new season, she's actually pretty
Calm and
calm.
collected.
She's not the little
It's like the
14-year-old that she
transition
was.
towards
Yeah.
okay.
So
Cool.
she's matured a lot, and she kicks booty.
Miriam says hi, Simba.
Oh, hi!
with
Hey,
with like heart emoji, like eyeball hearts.
Right now, to be perfectly honest, I feel like we should just cut the camera off here so I can be the Inspector Gadget villain. Excellent, man.
Dr. Claw.
Yes, Dr. Claw.
Inspector
Excellent,
Gadget.
man.
Absolutely great show.
I love the cartoon. Is that
Yeah.
the one you're talking about? Yeah.
Matthew.
Matthew Broderick did the live action one, which was
Yeah.
fine, but the cartoon was a great.
I'm trying to think of the guy's name. So, the guy who did the voice for Inspector Gadget also played a very similar character in a show in like now it's all falling apart. I used to know what his name was. He was Agent 99 or something like that.
You-
Justin, help me.
Wait, you said he was the voice of Inspector Gadget?
Yeah. But like very iconic was it kind of like that like it's kind of like more nasally
Yeah.
upper back of the throat thing, but like just absolutely love that show. Gabriel says he'd be
Don
Captain
Adams?
Rex. Don Adams.
You're welcome.
You should look up what the other show was that he was in.
Sure.
Yeah, Gabriel says he'd be Captain Rex. It's his favorite character, and he'd be a badass.
I love Captain Rex. Like, oh my goodness. It's Kenobi and Captain Rex just like, I mean, just saying.
So if you haven't yet, I don't want to throw Kara under the bus. So Gabriel, you need to go check out I'm No Jedi on YouTube, the music video
don't
parody
judge my dancing,
that we
please.
did.
No, judge her dancing harshly.
Please don't.
And
Please
our
don't.
biggest regret of doing that music video was we wanted a Captain Rex cosplayer because we love Captain Rex.
I don't know what you're looking
There's
for.
a lyric specifically in the song that talks about Captain Rex.
Yeah.
So
We're
love Rex.
So
That's
there's-
when I said earlier 3D printing. I want to 3D print Rex's armor specifically with the J guys.
I think it'd be really cool because like then I have my Ahsoka cosplay. Jeremy
Get
can
smart.
Get smart. Okay.
you guys
Thank you. Sorry.
This is for Gabriel.
Oh, he's probably grabbing his arm piece.
Oh, okay.
No, because then Jeremy could be Captain Rex and I can be Ahsoka, and we're besties forever.
How tall are the clones? All like 6
My
feet
height.
tall? Okay.
1.83 meters.
Very metric.
6 feet tall.
We're talking about 3D printing.
Oh, who called it? I'll give him my small one.
Rex's blaster. And this is the first part of the costume that I've printed.
It made every journey.
Yes, General.
Anakin.
Buzz Lightyear to the rescue. Have you guys seen Toy Story 4?
Yes.
Yes.
I watched it when it came out on Disney Plus.
We watched it a week before it came out. I rented it.
Oh.
Oh, we didn't know it was going to come out on Disney Plus.
So I'm sorry I cut you off, and then I'm going to talk about Toy Story after that. But
Oh no, it just I was gonna tell a story about 3D printing, but yeah, so yeah, this came out. This was on the Flash Forge, but I couldn't get the full height I wanted if Mike's still around. So I gotta print the upper part and then weld these two pieces together.
This is the first one you did.
No, that's the first one I did.
Oh, and then this.
No, that was the first one I did.
Yeah, and then you went
And
way
then,
too
and
big.
then I 28%ed increased it, but I did both directions.
Nope.
So I
that would be perfect.
get it stuck. Get it stuck.
People are going to think that you have an ankle monitor on.
Right.
What did you do during quarantine?
So when I
I
scaled
went
it,
to a park.
when I scaled it, I measured like the diameter and then I brought it up 28% was what this came out to be.
I mean,
My
look at this
math.
hog.
And so the problem was, because I did the diameter, that's X and Y that were increased, so it actually made it bigger than it needed to be. So I
Yeah, you should have done
only-
circumference.
Yes, so I just 14% is what it ended up being perfect for my arm. So yeah, Rex is awesome. It's
Captain
hard not
Rex
to
is
love
Mad Fly.
Rex.
Yeah.
So
There's a secret Wilhelm scream in there.
and yes, there is. Yes, there is. In that, yeah,
In the music.
Bill's in it.
Yeah, Bill's
Bill
in
is
there
in
too.
it.
And
Bill's
Bill's
in
the
it.
only person besides Carrot in that music video.
Yeah.
Very good lightsabering.
Yes.
Glenn said we need an Anakin to disagree with you guys at the conventions.
That would be so funny, and I really wanted an Anakin cosplayer too, for what it's worth.
Yeah, so yeah, if you do Kenobi and she does Ahsoka, then you just get an Anakin.
We met an awesome Kenobi. We can hang
Oh
out with
my goodness.
James.
So we met an awesome Kenobi down at Star Wars Celebration, and he and I, how long would you say we were sitting there taking pictures? Like 20 minutes?
That was a long time.
We couldn't move because everybody was like, "Can we get a picture? Can we get a picture?" And we were like,
The
"Sure."
Price of Celebrity.
That's right.
Let's see here. Nick, again, I'm going to come back to your question.
Poor Nick.
Nick's feeding us some great questions.
Here she is.
Um,
This is Audie, guys.
Hello, Audie. Gabriel says, I want to make a cosplay of Rex or of Wolf.
Oh,
Yes, Wolf
Wolf.
is awesome.
Yeah.
No, Wolf is the one
Wolf and Gregor.
who has the blind eye.
I always get
Gregor?
them mixed up.
I think Gregor has the blind eye.
We're gonna get corrected in about 2 seconds.
I know. Tell us, Gabriel. I always mix up the
Rex,
two.
dude, Rex.
I know.
Yeah.
Captain Rex, he's my boy.
And then Gabriel says, I love the blaster.
Yeah.
Bill says, that's my claim to fame is being the music video.
Yes, Belle.
And he tells all of his students he works with that he started a music video.
That's some weird things you hang out with as you get to say cool stuff like that.
Yeah.
I guess.
I think you should tell the story about getting John DiMaggio's autograph.
Oh, that was fun.
Wolf is the blonde one.
Got it.
Okay.
Got it. So
Thank
Kara
you,
was
Gabriel.
Kara was right. John DiMaggio, he's the voice of Bender. He's the voice of Jake the dog.
Marcus Phoenix,
we
Years of War.
Marcus Phoenix.
Yeah.
I love voice actors. D. Bradley Baker, the guy who plays Rex.
Mm-hmm. Met him.
In the Final Fantasy VII remake, John DiMaggio is the voice of the big bad in the first act.
Yes, he is.
He's so fucking
So
good.
Final
then-
Fantasy. James Earl Taylor's in Final Fantasy.
Yes, he is. James Arnold Taylor was the main character in Final Fantasy 10 or 11, one of the Final Fantasies. James
Okay.
Arnold Taylor was.
Yep.
But John DiMaggio, you need to see a thing he just did. He did 2 things on Vanity Fair on their YouTube channel. He did one where he looked and graded people, did voice impressions of them. Extremely harsh. The highest he gave was a B-. But
B-
really, really funny
minus.
video. Just like him talking about it and then going through his range of voices. Then he did another video where they quick showed him 10 sketches and he created character voices on the spot. And it was really fun because
That's
9 of the
awesome.
10 were really
Yeah.
good. And then one of them popped up and it was clearly out of his
It
wheelhouse.
was just this really cute little kitten. And
Yeah, you
he
got,
was like, what
Yeah,
are you
he
doing
has
this?
the most brusque,
Yeah.
grating, the manly man voices.
Yeah.
But we got to meet him at GalaxyCon, which was in Minneapolis, Minnesota in November of
We
2019.
made a video about it. Check it out.
We made a
Yeah.
video about it. Yeah, it's super awesome
I
video.
cosplayed as Rey.
And there was no line to meet him. Maybe there was only 10 people in his line
We
at any
probably
given
waited
point.
10 minutes.
Yeah, 10 minutes. And so we walked up, no photography because you get your picture taken with him, right?
Yeah,
So they
I
want
got
you to bring
told very sternly to
Like,
turn my camera off.
get that camera out of here. But I want to talk to his handler, and I said, hey, we do a podcast. Can he film? We're paying for a picture. Can he film? And then she looks at me and she's like, Are you famous?
And what does he do? He drops the ball and says no. I looked at him and I was like, if anybody ever asked if you're famous, you immediately say, yes. we are.
Until you,
You don't
prove it.
know.
Until you prove it.
No, then you very confidently be, we're Rise to the Podcast.
Yeah. Haven't you
Like-
heard?
Have you not heard? The bird is the word. So I think that story is
Okay, Nick had a
hilarious.
question.
I got a couple of, so Gabriel said, well, he's not technically blind, he has a cybernetic eye.
Yeah. Yep. No. Totally
Yeah.
agree. Yep.
Yep.
Oh. Then he says, dude, you go with it. All right, and then, so Nick, if you were to be cast in a hypothetical new trilogy,
Ooh.
what type of character would you want to be assigned or chosen to be?
Jedi or bounty hunter? Jedi or a bounty hunter? I'd love to be a Jedi,
Okay.
Both
like,
of them have a very high casualty rate.
yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna, for myself, I'm gonna go with Jedi. Because all the female bounty hunters are weird.
Or a Sing.
I mean, Asajj is cool.
Ventress is awesome, but
Yeah.
she's not really a bounty hunter.
She does,
Yeah,
she
towards the
is,
end of her
one,
arc.
is she the one that trains Boba Fett, or is that
she
Fair.
bald,
That's
white
Aura Singh.
hair with the...
That's Aura Singh.
that's or okay?
Yeah.
No, that's the one.
So-
I'm thinking of.
After, have you gotten to anything with Dooku and Asajj in Clone
No,
Wars?
he's not there yet.
I might. I've seen her do a couple of things, like because I'm bouncing
Okay.
around.
Well,
It's fine. Like
Okay.
it's outside of spoiler alert territory.
If
So-
Kara could pick a species, she'd be a Togruta.
heck yeah, I'd be in Garuda all day, every day. I mean, come on. But I'd say Jedi. But Asajj is cool, and she does become a bounty hunter after... You haven't read Dark Disciple yet, have you?
No.
Oh, Dark Disciple's all about her bounty hunting time.
That was supposed to be a Clone Wars arc.
It was. And then they stopped doing Clone Wars before it could be actually recorded, so they turned it into a book. Christy... Oh, what's her name? Christy...
The Dark Disciple.
No, the author.
Right.
Anyway.
Gabriel says he'd be a spice runner.
Oh, yes.
I'm trying to think. What would I want to be? What would be like?
A scoundrel, a Wookiee. They're not a race, but
I think it'd be kind of cool to be like I can't remember what was Woody Harrelson's character in Solo.
he's like a
He
scoundrel.
was a scoundrel.
Like that
yeah.
kind of thing where it's like,
Like
you
a
just
Han. Yeah.
yeah, like but maybe a little more scrupled.
Right.
Yeah.
Dryden
So-
Boss is even a cool character. Dryden,
Dryden.
the antagonist to Solo, is a cool character. Moff Gideon is a really cool character. I would love to be a bad Imperial.
Giancarlo Esposito is
Ooh.
amazing in everything.
A Mandalorian would be sick.
Mandalorian would be cool.
Yeah, but I mean, like, a bad Empire, but like General Veers is super cool.
Bill says, Chris, be a droid.
Yeah. IG-11.
Droids are like the only one. Oh, dude. I'd be IG-11 in a minute.
Yeah. Well, the voice of that one fly one from Mandalorian was the guy from IT Crowd.
Yeah.
IT.
David. No, what's his name? I can't remember.
I was going to say Duchovny.
David Duchovny. I
What?
want to believe.
Did Nick have a question, or we answered that? That was the...
Yeah, that's if you were going to be cast as anything, what would you be?
Nick, I really want to tell you about these parodies that we're going to... So if you see I'm No Jedi, there's another one I'm working on. It might not even have any like live action stuff in it. It might just be like a machinima type music video. But and there's an Animal Crossing one I want to do. If you like Animal Crossing, come to my island, Nick. I know you play.
Yeah.
There's a pretty good chance. If you've seen Killer Clowns of Outer Space, you play Animal Crossing too. That's the current thing that binds everyone together. It is. Don't lie. I got a lot of turnip money.
I got a lot of turnip money. I'm rich in turnips. Yeah, I don't know. I think like otherwise, like being a Jedi would be pretty dope. But it's like it's hard to be anything and not get killed in Star Wars. Is the
Right.
problem.
Okay, I don't know if I...
Oh, I'd just be a Force Ghost. You can't kill a Force Ghost.
There you go.
I'd be a Force user. I'd be like Ahsoka. I wouldn't necessarily want to be a Jedi because, you know, they're so...
Oh, you're the gray.
I'd be like the gray Jedi, you know?
Speaking of which, did you know the headband has I'm No Jedi on it?
I know it does. It says her universe on one side and I'm no Jedi on the other.
Man. Gabriel, did you get anything for May 4th? Did you buy anything?
Yeah, were you able to
Did
get
Did you get any
have to
swag? Did
try
you
to
go
get
to
anything?
Shop Disney and then like get just totally not able to because of how bad their online store was?
You think
Super
they'd be able to
frustrating.
figure that out?
Of all of the companies on this planet, you think Disney would have it figured
Seriously?
I want to give someone money and they can't like take my money.
They're like, no, it's sold out.
out?
Okay.
Let's see, going through here. It looks like we're all caught up to date on the chat. Surprisingly,
People, give us something to talk about.
yeah. How can we entertain you if you don't tell us
Yeah.
how you want us to dance?
I've been loving these questions.
I know, they're great.
It's really
How many people
fun.
do we have watching?
Currently, it looks like 7.
Hey,
Woo!
I'll take it.
Hey, 7567. That's CT. 7567. Hey, so funny story. I had to run in a race, and I got CT57. Or I got 7567 as my number.
And I think that same year, I got 2187.
Yep, which has been
I ran, I think that was that the full? That I
Yes,
got
it was.
218? I ran Grandma's full marathon,
it. Absolutely was.
and I got 2187. And the funny thing is, they do male-female bibs, so it's an F or an M. So I got F 2187.
Just missing.
The N. That's all I'm missing. I should have just Sharpied it in.
Then you're like, oh, we can't record your time properly because this number doesn't exist.
Yeah, it was. I think that was also the year I wore my Rex, my Star Wars outfit.
She's got a Rex tie-dye shirt with
It's-
Star Wars X-Wing leggings.
Yeah, I made my own tank top, and it's got the Jag eyes and like the Jag eyes, and then the screen part
Oh, okay.
of the helmets, and then on the back I have CT7567.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, oh my goodness, now everyone's sending messages.
Yay!
Gabriel says, I already have a lot of stuff, so I just started replaying Jedi Fallen Order.
Yes!
Yes, solid game.
I mean, have you...
Come on, give me one.
Justin said he finally got his copy of Animal Crossing, but he doesn't understand it, so you're going to have to explain it to him.
We'll talk.
Um,
There is no point.
We'll send you our
Fun
friend
is the
codes.
point.
Gabriel says, I am not grinding Battlefront 2 for the new Maul skin.
Yeah, I know. Still the community is alive and well, but so many games to play.
Yeah, I play a lot of games for the storyline, not necessarily.
He's correct. He's now grinding. He put a correction.
Oh!
So good luck on the grind.
Yeah.
If you were Jeremy, you could just buy it.
I 100%ed Fallen Order. I did. I got all the gamer score for that one, since Kara was talking about that one earlier.
Yeah.
Nice.
Great game. Great game.
Let's see. So we got a couple of So Gwen has a couple of interesting questions. Nick is wondering if we're going to be coming through Vegas when this craziness is over for Star Wars related travels.
I hope so. I mean, yes.
If Celebration is not canceled.
Yes.
Please, California.
Logistically speaking, we're still trying to figure out the things, but I might be going out a little bit in advance,
Mm-hmm.
depending on.
And I want to
fly
take care of
by,
their
whatever.
anyways. A fun experience is when I was in Vegas for work in 2013. It was the last time I was there. Well, besides when we drove through.
Yeah.
And went to Exotic Racings, which is right next to the Carroll Shelby Museum, and the racetrack, the actual Vegas Speedway.
Yeah, it's like the
and
east side of Vegas.
rented a car and drove it around the racetrack
What
there.
kind of car, Jeremy?
A Ferrari F430, which is way better than a Lamborghini.
No. All right.
And we just
For
got
those-
done, Chris, watching Ford versus Ferrari. Justin, have you seen Ford versus
Actually, a very
Great
good movie.
movie.
I think
Christian
he
Bale
just did a
and Matt
review
Damon.
on it, I believe.
Did you?
Did you?
Maybe. I could be wrong. But I think he just did a review on one. If he did, post the link in the chat.
He's typing
Right.
it up right now. Here's my review. I'm just kidding.
But I
So-
like Lamborghini more than Ferrari.
I know, Kara does. That's okay.
I like cars that I can afford, which is why I like Buicks.
Okay. This is true. My dream car is the Land Rover
Defender.
Defender. Dream car.
That big
but
square.
Yep.
that sucker is the one I want is from 93. I don't want one of the new ones. Give me one of the old ones. I think those cars are bomb bad.
Is that the one that has the tires in this tall? Or
Yeah, it's just a bigger square truck.
I'll show you.
Gabriel says dream place to go is Vegas.
Oh! Have you
Or in
been or
Vegas.
not been? It's fun, and it's very it's affordable as vacations go.
I've never been, except for
They have my favorite gas station just outside of Vegas.
Yeah. Hey, you haven't been to a Buc-ee's yet.
There you go, Chris.
Yep. That's all Jerry says. You just never been to a Buc-ee's. Bring me to a Buc-ee's, and I'll be able to make
Okay.
a determination.
We need to go to Home Slice Pizza in Austin, and then
Then a Buc-ee's.
And then a Buc-ee's.
Okay, so funny thing. So Jeremy's been ranting and raving, just saying how much he loves home sliced pizza, and I was like, "What?"
Justin. Ford vs. Ferrari was my favorite movie of 2019 and was in my best of 2019 video, which I did watch.
It was
And then he
excellent.
says, blah, 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 link, smash that like button.
Justin's had some awesome channel growth for what it's worth.
Has he?
Yeah, he's
Good
at
way
over,
to go.
Over 1,700.
Dang,
Glenn, you're gonna have to explain this PLP50.
PLP 50 is Top Gear, dude. It's the episode Jeremy Clark hauls the little car through the news station. BBC drives it through the news station.
Oh!
PLP 50. It's got a front opening hood. It's a 3-cylinder thing or 3-wheeled thing. Tiny. Jeremy Clarkson's hilarious.
Oh,
In
is that
other
the one where
words,
like his
I
arms are
wouldn't
like on the
fit
outside?
into
Yes.
it.
Okay,
Yes.
yes. Okay. So,
PLP 50.
you don't need to explain it, Glenn.
Anyway, Mesa
Yeah,
Pizza
sorry.
down in the cities. Jeremy, for specialty pizza, that is now Jeremy's favorite place.
For specialty pizza.
That's what I
For
just said.
classic pep home slice in Austin.
So if you guys are ever down, what area of town was that?
Dinkytown, Uptown,
Dinkytown,
Northtown, I don't know.
whatever.
There's so
Anyway,
many towns down there.
it's
Downtown.
on like Hennepin, down kind of in that area, Hennepin Street or whatever, Boulevard, whatever the heck it
okay.
is. Mesa Pizza, their mac and cheese pizza sounds weird. The best specialty pizza you will ever have in your life. They've probably got like 30 plus flavors, different types, and you buy it by the slice. So you're not like getting a whole pizza on this side. I don't like it. You're just getting a slice of pizza, but the slices are like
They
this
had
big.
macaroni and cheese pizza. Oh,
Yeah.
so good.
They've got a Euro pizza, most excellent.
So good.
Gwen's proud of you for knowing what's up.
Yeah, yeah. That car is awesome. So in Forza Motorsports, or not Motorsports, Forza Horizon is a very good game. I've played 2, 3, and 4. And in 3 and 4, there's challenges you have to do in the PLP 50. You have
Nice.
to get it over 50. It's like downhill with
is that downhill part of the track?
downhill with
Nürburgring?
yep. You have to like full speed it, and it's
Oh my
hard to
gosh.
do. And then you have to like get so many distance when you
It's
take.
got a
shots
little
of it.
scooter engine in it.
Yeah.
Gabriel says, "Send some of that mac and cheese pizza to Puerto Rico, please."
Oh, it's so good. It is so good. All over that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I wonder if there's a way to keep it hot that far.
Right, seriously. Like
Send it in August. I don't know. Because it's so hot.
Well, no. Here's what you do: you freeze it and send it like in the cold packs or whatever. So when it gets down there, all you have to do
It's
is
like
chuck it in.
HelloFresh.
Exactly. Chuck it in the oven, heat it up. That is good pizza.
Apparently, one of the best ways to reheat a pizza is to just get a big cast iron pan
Oh,
and set it in there and like really low heat for like 20 minutes.
Oh.
And like it melts everything and like crisps up the crust and stuff.
that sounds
Looks like
I always
watching.
do 350 for 8 minutes.
So I
Pizza
go crack the box open and eat it.
Cold pizza is good for breakfast.
Yeah. So.
Don't judge.
Oh. Okay, so I'm going to jump back into the one had a couple of. She said, if you could have any one Pokemon as your BFF, who would you
Bulbasaur.
have?
I was gonna say.
Would you say Butterfree?
I would not mind having a Butterfree because you can fly around on him.
Bulbasaur is so freaking cute.
Dugtrio helps you escape with Dig, though.
The problem is I grew up with the original, so it's like my first one would be a Dragonite. I mean, that's such a cool Pokemon, but there's a lot of other cool ones since then.
But
Like,
you got to pay to feed that thing too.
I know that's.
Butterfree, I just take to the Rose Garden and let it go to town.
Here's some fun.
I'll tell you who I
cuisines
would
for
not
you.
have is Mr. Mime.
Oh my god. Okay, who would you rather have? Jinx or Mr. Mime?
Oh,
Oh.
neither.
No, gotta pick one or the other. Jinx or Mr. Mime?
Alone.
Yeah, I'd rather be alone. I mean, I would pick Mr. Mime over Jinx. She is. I can even still picture her little Sprite sound. Oh man.
If I could have specifically the Team Rocket Meowth, I would have him.
Would you?
Yep.
Kara, do your Jessie for everybody.
Let's see. Arbok, get that Pikachu!
It's so good.
Meowth, that's right.
Coffee. Smoke screen attack.
They're getting away again.
Team Rocket's blasting off again. But I mean, like Dragonite. But I just want to feel like, let's see, what's more newer gen stuff?
I really
I
like
like-
Mimikyu.
I like Cyndaquil.
Cyndaquil's awesome.
He's super
Totodile
cute.
is hilarious in the
Totodile's
show.
freaking adorable. Oh.
He's so cool.
I like the
but
cute
the starters are
Pokemons.
always, you can't go wrong with the starters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what I've caught recently in Pokemon Go where I'm like, the new Pikachu that's out.
Is wearing a Charizard hat.
Yep, he's wearing a cute little Charizard hat.
I've
He's so
literally
cute.
not even launched the game since
Really?
quarantine started.
This is like your
Okay, this
longest
is the
streak.
most I've been playing Pokemon. I'm home, I'm not at work. I take Oliver on 1.5 mile walks, and so
That's it.
I just have Pokemon Go going. I'll be hatching, because right now they've cut the hatch time in half.
See, like,
And
when I was working from my desk at work, I could hit a Pokestop.
Right.
And then my GPS, because like it'd be sort of like hit and miss, I would get walk credit for like just sort of like wandering around Canal Park.
That's awesome. You'd be hatching tons of eggs right now.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, so with my walks, I hatch like 2 eggs every time. It's kind of nice.
I know who I want.
Who?
Slowpoke.
Slowpoke.
He's so relaxing.
He's
Slowpoke.
How did Hera end up on the floor?
I tossed her down.
Why
And I was in a tossy mood. I was just
I
throwing some- everything was fair game.
I worked hard on
No,
it.
Slowpoke's awesome. He's kind of reminds me of Psyduck. I used to love Golem as a kid. One of
Prim
the first-
got her hair today.
Yes.
saw.
This is different. This is
That's
a felt
the-
version,
Wow.
and you got the duck fabric
The duck
version.
fabric, yeah.
Prim.
I don't know. I didn't like how this one.
The color's wrong on the
It is.
orange.
She the one that was made in the video?
Yes.
Not this one. The one that Prim
But
got.
the video is the one.
But
Prim
this
got.
one, like the seams just aren't holding up because flannel is a loose weave.
Does anybody been to Galaxy's Edge or like dream about going to Galaxy's Edge? It was a dream for us. We were able to go. This reminds us of a doll. Kara like designed this to be very Galaxy's Edge-ish, and it looks very Galaxy's Edge-ish. Super fun, super cool.
And it wasn't $60.
No,
No, that was. I mean, all in all, I had the stuffing and everything. It's probably $1 to make that thing.
if
So,
you go to our YouTube channel, we have a how-to on how to make this, along with patterns on the website that are in a link in the YouTube.
If you want to make it bigger one, just blow up the
Yeah, scale
PDF
it
a little
up.
bit.
I was gonna say when Gwen said like if you're gonna pick a partner Pokemon to run around with, like I'm surprised that you haven't looked up a Bulbasaur, one of those, make your own Bulbasaur plushie.
Ooh, dog, I should do
Well,
that.
Build-A-Bear had a Bulbasaur, but I'd tell her no.
Yeah, because you can make your own. Build a Kira.
Yeah, right.
Build a Care. That's the name of the series.
Right.
Oh my
And
goodness.
I know you said you just had a couple questions.
Yeah. Also, one of them was just, what about Pokemon?
Love Pokemon. Love Pokemon. I got a chance to play a new game, and it's like, again, I got Animal... Like, so here's all the games I'm playing right now. You got Animal Crossing, 7 Days, Pokemon I have on the Switch, a Snow Runner, which is a ridiculous truck sim.
What's the new survival one you're playing? By
It's
yourself?
7 days.
No, not 7 days.
Oh,
The other
Long
one.
Night, Long Dark. It was free on Game Pass because I have Game Pass. It was free. It's all right. It's not. Wait. So like I had a problem. It's like surviving. I got plenty of water to drink, and then now I couldn't get food, and I was like, it's too weird.
I've been playing through Skyrim again.
There's nothing wrong with
Excellent
that.
game.
Oh.
Excellent game.
It's so good.
It is so
The
good.
soundtrack and everything in that game.
The
Oh, my
meme
God.
where the Skyrim was on everything, like whenever there was a faded black and then it goes to
Yeah.
Skyrim, I love that meme.
So I mean, so the ones that come off the top of my head, like a guy jumps off the top of the ceiling in Minecraft and he ends up in like a black room and it fades to Skyrim. Like somebody like looks at their watch and it like fades to Skyrim. It's so
Yeah.
funny. I love it too.
Gabriel says Galaxy's Edge is on his bucket list. Absolutely
go.
go.
You got to go.
Go.
Yeah.
Jim-
Once
Jimmy's been to
Disney
both.
opens up.
If you
Yeah.
have a Blue
Somebody
Mountain-
went to both.
for work. I was a 4-hour drive away from Disney World. Would you go or
Without
would you
your wife.
not go?
Without your wife.
I had to go. I took a weekend off and I drove down there. 4-hour drive. I went in one day. I drove 4 hours, spent like 6 hours there, and drove 4 hours back. Totally worth it. Totally worth it.
Gwen says, I love Skyrim.
Oh, so
Excellent
good. It's
game.
so good.
Well, I finished Witcher, and I was like,
Oh, Witcher. Oh,
Witcher 3.
3.
Excellent game.
Geralt of Rivia.
Right? And so I was like, I need another game to play. But, like, nothing new that had come out was really, like, grabbing my attention. And so I was like, I haven't played Skyrim in
Go
a
to a
while.
classic.
Yep.
Here's what we're going to do. May 16th. Terraria Journey's End.
Terraria.
Wait, is that
Minecraft
like-
That's,
Latunia.
that's,
Okay, I
that's
was gonna
the supposedly the last major update to the game.
I'm ready.
So
Stardew Valley, amazing game.
Started that.
Yeah.
Was really, really good. I'm looking forward to Halo Infinite.
Gabriel. He said, I'd go to Galaxy's Edge even if it meant sleeping outside.
It's worth it.
It's nice weather.
Did
out
you read the
there.
article about the guy? So apparently, the Tropical Paradise is an abandoned Disney theme park island, and
Yeah.
a guy finally got caught sleeping there, staying
For
there.
real?
Yeah, and he described it as paradise.
So I watched a thing on Disney Plus about that island. I don't know if you were watching with me. It may have been while you were gone. Anyway, that island looks sick. They had tons of different like wild
guy was living
birds
there.
and stuff like that, and it was awesome.
Justin says, I have dreamed of going to Galaxy's Edge, but unfortunately the world is ending. Angry face.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, I know.
Like the fact that Disneyland and Disney World are closed. Like,
Again, we just talked about this in the podcast. It's just really sad to me that we're looking at a world where people can't be in close proximity together. It's just very, very sad because like everything, you watch YouTubers, you watch Netflix, Disney, acting is done in close proximity to each other. Sports, shopping,
both playing the sport and observing it.
it's all
Yeah.
done in close proximity. The best experience. We met the guy from Germany at the Star Wars Celebration, standing in line. We met the guy
Yeah.
from Minneapolis, standing in line at the Star Wars Celebration.
who
waiting to
told
meet
us
people.
about GalaxyCon?
We wouldn't have gone to GalaxyCon
If it hadn't been for
wasn't
Kevin
him.
Petty.
Wow, you remember his name?
We're friends on Facebook.
I'm not.
Shout out to Kevin Petty.
You make a good enough impression, Jeremy.
Right?
Gwen says, toss a coin to your Kara.
Yep.
Yes.
And Gabriel says, you should play Greedfall. It's such a good game.
Ooh,
What's-
absolutely.
What's it called?
Greedfall.
Greedfall.
Fall.
Yep.
Gonna write that down.
Is it Xbox, PlayStation, or computer?
We have all of them.
We have all of
so it
them.
doesn't matter,
No, so Terraria, PC, May 16th. I'm really excited.
Is Greedfall one word?
Yes, capital F.
Capital F.
According to the way he wrote it.
Simba.
Stealing all the attention.
He just stepped on me. Stinky cat. Oh, there it is. Okay.
He's got to get places.
PS4. Oh, PS-
He says
Steam.
Xbox is what he has.
oh
got
okay.
it.
So it's all of them. Ooh, that looks cool.
Awesome.
Oh, you know what I'm looking forward to? The new Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Ooh, that does look good.
I
Vikings?
am so excited. I like
Greedfall
so.
looks sweet.
Greedfall does look sweet. I'll have to check that out. My family is mostly Swedish, and so Viking stuff is like cuckoo for us. You know what I'm saying?
Kara plays a Nord in Skyrim.
I do.
so.
Her name is Solveig.
I always name all my characters Brownie. Actually, I have a funny D&D story because my D&D character's name is Brownie.
And you're a wizard, right?
Yeah. And so someone's like, hey, Brownie, I need to ask, what's your character's name? And it's like, it's Brownie.
It's easy.
I was like, I'm not creative. Justin says, fingers crossed the Hella Mega Tour still happens.
Yes.
So,
We need things. I'm really enjoying my time off of work. It's been very stress free for me. But I'm ready to go out and do things. You know, like I want to go to a movie. I want to go to
That
a
is another thing.
restaurant.
It's like-
you know,
Chris, how do you feel about the AMC, or Justin? How do you feel about like the AMC Trolls,
Universal.
Universal Clash or whatever, where AMC is no longer going to play Universal movies in their theaters because of AMC is planning on doing, or Universal is planning on doing worldwide releases VOD.
oh, okay, I did hear about that a little bit. It reminds us of way back when, in film history, all the movie theaters were owned by the movie studios. And they were they would just be like, yeah, of course we're going to show our own movies in our
Right.
own theaters, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Antitrust lawsuit, breaks up the monopoly, blah, 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 blah. It just feels like it's kind of going back to that type of thing where it's like you're going to try and strong-arm somebody
Right.
to do something because you want it one way or another, and like legitimately, man, this is maybe 2010ish or something. Steven Spielberg was talking about how movie theaters experiences are never going to be the same again. It's like because like so many people are like watching Netflix and stuff, and this was before Netflix. Like Netflix was a thing and it was popular, but it's not like now where like everybody streams everything.
Right.
And he was saying like movie theaters, he's like a lot of smaller ones are going to close. This is his prediction. They're going to close, and like if you do go to one, it's going to be like going to like one of the like the mega theater palaces where you see like these big opulent shows or whatever, and like they're going to have to create an experience that's so unique to seeing a film that you have to see it in a theater. So whatever is adjoining the presentation of the film, so like maybe like an Alamo Drafthouse type
Right.
of experience or
Alamo
something.
Draft
That's
House is
amazing.
sick.
But something where it's like they have to make it like such a spectacle experience that you have to experience it in person that you can't replicate at home, because home theaters are like as impressive as movie theaters.
Yeah,
in
they
some
can be.
circumstances. And we like like with Blu-rays or HD streaming and stuff, it's like you can get a very close experience without having to deal with any of the hassle
Right.
of movie theaters.
But I mean, what if Star Wars was only VOD? I would hate that. I would have loved to have seen it.
Well, yeah,
like,
I
at the
enjoy
theaters.
Yeah.
Think about the
cosplaying.
the
I like
99.
dressing up and going and, you know.
You
And,
meet
Yeah, so-
fans there. You hear
Yeah.
people talking about the movie.
Yeah, so there will be like event films, but I wouldn't be surprised. Like even if they charge $25 to stream it, people like if
Well,
that's the
heck
only way
yeah.
you can watch it for a year and a half.
Right.
well, like, let's say you have a family of 5. You go to the theater with a family of 5. You're paying $50 for the tickets.
Yeah,
At least $50 for the tickets, plus food on top of that.
yeah, yeah. So that's the thing. Yeah, like they could probably easily charge $30 for a stream to get 4 people who want to watch
Heck
the movie. Come over, make some popcorn here, and that's the same
Right.
cost.
I mean, go get a frozen pizza, whip it in the oven. I mean, you're spending a fraction of what you would have paid going to theater.
There's a whole thing about that too, though, because like bars get in trouble or places get in trouble for streaming stuff and not paying for the proper amount of like licensures. No one's gonna get in trouble at their house, but
Right.
Yeah, as long as you're not broadcasting. But yeah, that's a whole other interesting thing about like how many potential sets of eyes you can have on
Yeah.
media. Gabriel says he has a Facebook page dedicated to video games and movies. You
Oh!
should-
Yeah, link it.
yeah, link in the thing.
Well, I'll
wanna
check it out.
Yeah.
absolutely.
But yeah, I don't know. It's a wacky new world we live in,
It is.
and like so even like I'm talking to people like. Even if, like, tomorrow they're like, oh, yeah, we cured COVID-19, nobody's contagious anymore, whatever. I still think, this, like, it's going to take a while for people to get, like, reactive.
Yeah, they're gonna be
Yeah.
hesitant.
Yeah.
Hesitant.
I
It's
saw-
gonna be sad.
I saw a funny video about getting reacquainted with going to the world, and it was this lady. She played both the teacher and, you know, the person being trained. And the person being trained in sweats, hair's up in a messy bun, like sipping on a Capri Sun or something like that, just like haggard, right? And the other lady's like in a suit, and she's like, okay, so now we're going to start working on learning how to get back into the real world. We can no longer wear sweatpants to work. We have to wear jeans. And the lady was like, jeans? What are those?
I have read. First off, I'll give it a second so Gabriel can answer. Favorite video game of all time, just because I'm curious. It might be on your page, and I'll find out. But if you answer, I want to know.
Yeah.
And then there's been tons of posts of women on Reddit that say, I like not wearing makeup anymore. I've really enjoyed not wearing makeup, and like it's multiples. It make it to the front page from the
Yeah.
two Chromosome subreddit. I just thought that was interesting.
I was going to say, this is the first time I've worn makeup since we did the...
You don't need makeup in Minecraft. Hopefully you like Minecraft, Gabriel.
Yeah.
I love that game. Whew. It's a great game.
That's where our podcast has been for the last
Yeah.
5 weeks.
Seriously.
It's good. Yeah.
It's been nice. I haven't had to dress up. I can just whip on some sweats and a hoodie. Like, it doesn't matter what I look like. So this is the first time probably in 2 weeks that I put on makeup.
Right. Oh, okay, we got some messages here. So Gabriel says, I do miss going to a movie theater, too.
Mhm.
And he follows that up with the Latin Operation Forces. He can't link it, but that's the name. So we're definitely going to check that out.
The Latin
Absolutely.
Operation Forces?
Yep. And then, so Justin says, oh my goodness, he's got a couple of posts here. Oh my god, it's so long! Justin, why are you going to make me read? The unfortunate thing is that what's going to happen has already been happening. But the virus is speeding up the process. There will be less theaters, smaller movies will go to streaming and VOD. The few theaters left will be art house, like the cinema.
Yep.
Is
And
it
for
this
big
one?
movies, Marvel, Star Wars, doesn't matter. Well, seeing a Marvel or Star Wars movies on the big screen is much more fun than at home. Well, in case seeing something like The Old Man and The Gun at home, but you lose the experience of the surprise of seeing something like Parasite on the big screen, or the experience of something
yeah.
risky like Mad Max Fury Road.
Mhm.
With less theaters, less big movies will get greenlit. The creators will lose their chance to show off their work in the grandest way. That is a
That's
very,
true.
very good point.
Because, I mean, they put all this money into movies, and if they're not going to make that back, yeah, the big productions are going to go...
Funny tangent about Mad Max Fury Road. There's like not a lot of dialogue in that movie, so it's the perfect airplane movie to watch over someone's shoulder. So this guy was like, firsthand experience. He was like, yeah, there's not that much dialogue. I totally understood the whole movie from just watching the guy like up the road to the left of me. Just sat like, oh, it's a good movie. You know, like you miss out on the score, but besides that, you know.
Justin says he thinks Duluth will be safe from a movie theater shortage since people in the Northland seem to keep businesses alive, especially since it's a frozen wasteland half the year.
Yep, amen to that.
Bill says I really like not showering anymore.
I will say
Bill,
that...
how big is your beard now?
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
it's probably like, you know, it's probably pretty long. I was gonna say, it is my hairstylist, Dawn. She's
you-
probably gonna love that I haven't washed my hair
cut
as much.
my hair. Could you imagine if you wouldn't have cut it?
Oh, Jeremy would be a shaggy dog over here, and he doesn't look good with long hair.
You're not
He
gonna
looks-
do the
Take after
ponytail.
Rex.
You're not gonna do the ponytail when you're done.
Take after Rex.
Yep. There's like 2 times I've said I'd be okay with Jeremy shaving his head. 1, to cosplay as Rex. 2, to cosplay as Saitama.
Oh.
Yeah, One Punch Man.
100%.
Love One Punch Man.
Good movie.
Yeah,
Good
any
show.
One Punch Man fans out there?
I found a store that sells nothing but One Punch Man merch.
Interesting.
One
It's-
Punch
Phil
Man.
said he had to trim his beard.
It's like onepunchman.store.ca or something like that.
Canada.
I was like,
Oh, Canada.
solid.
Gabriel, you need to give us a definitive answer on your favorite video game. You
Yeah,
can't say
boy.
there's a few of them. You have to pick one.
Beat the time, because we probably have to shut this down. Beat the time. It's 8:58.
Oh my gosh, we've been doing this for 2 hours?
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, oh my goodness. Like, I have a clock running, and every time I look down, I'm just like, there's no way another 20 minutes just went by.
I'm enjoying this. All of our podcasts should be live.
That would be cool.
That was the plan. Before everything
Like,
hit the
literally,
fan,
we were
that was the
transitioning
plan.
into live podcast.
Chris dropped money on trying to get us into
That's
that.
true.
Like,
We just need to find the Elgato so we don't have to be all hooked up janky like.
I'm legit surprised that this setup is working right now.
it's working. It's working.
Take a picture of this setup real quick.
I got it.
Remember when I was throwing everything?
Oh, look, I'm even in the picture. Is this what you're looking for, Chris?
Yeah, so just hold that up sort of for the camera to see. Let me focus in. Hold it a little bit closer. So this is the insane setup that we have going on right now. It's like we got the computer, and then we have a audio interface going 6 different ways, and it's outrageous. All right,
Yep.
thank you.
Yeah. Good stuff.
All right, I'm gonna go check out the Latin gaming people.
Yeah.
What was
All
it
right.
called, Kara?
Bill, oh my goodness, Bill,
The Latin.
your beard is so trimmed up. Oh wow, holy smokes, Bill, you were old man winter before.
Wait, what?
He sent me a couple of pictures.
Oh my goodness, Bill.
Oh yeah, you had to trim it, Bill. You had to trim it.
Oh my god.
Oh, that is great. I'm not gonna lie though, like the rugged outdoorsman look probably works for you.
I mean, yeah, it's true.
Gwen said, "Oh my gosh, you made a mess of their house."
Kara, it was spotless before Chris came over.
it-
It was spotless.
Gwen says 100 sit-ups, 100 push-ups.
Yep.
Yes.
And no air conditioning.
And no air conditioning. Made him lose all his hair.
Run 10K. Oh my goodness. Yep. Well, I guess it's probably about time to wrap it up.
Yeah.
So
Man.
there's no subscribing necessary. You guys just sort of show up and we do this thing. Should we post this? Just make this a Thursday video for this week?
Sure.
Totally good. Yeah.
Yeah, so people on YouTube can check it out.
Yep.
Should have been there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could have asked questions and we would have answered them. I think that we answered every single question that
Yes,
was
we
asked.
did. We tried. We did our best.
So, I don't think we got exposed as frauds, and that's always good.
We did get asked
So-
a lot of Star Wars questions.
I
Yeah.
mean, keep them coming. I love those Star Wars.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, hold on. Before we finish wrapping up, Gabriel came back with some answers for video
Yes.
games.
Yes.
Okay.
All right,
All right.
all right.
The original Battlefront games.
Ooh, yes. Yes, we
Halo.
talked about that. Yes.
Solid.
Halo, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon. One of my favorite games is Ghost Recon.
GRA, Ghost Recon, Advanced Warfare. Anyways, Splinter Cell, I also love. Splinter Cell, some of the best moments of gaming were
Yeah.
laughing at Splinter Cell.
Forza Motorsport series.
Yeah, see? Horizon?
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh,
And-
Kara's
I
Horizon.
love Horizon Zero Dawn. Oh,
he says
excellent game.
Aloy?
What?
Aloy.
Aloy, the
Yep.
main character.
And he says, and most importantly, KOTOR.
Yes.
Solid. I like your
That is,
choices.
that is a
Solid.
very, very strong lineup.
Yep.
Solid.
Very.
Oh,
Do you like
man.
the Destiny games?
Oh, don't get Kara started on Destiny.
Yeah, you guys are going to have to trade gamer tags and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
He says, and that's just a few.
I know. It's so hard to name them all.
It
That was a
is.
good list.
That was a very
That's a
good
good
list.
list.
That was a
Yes,
good
very
list.
strong. All right, so yeah, let's wrap this up.
Okay.
Thank you guys for joining in. Thank you for asking questions. Thank you for being here with us. Some of you have been here since day one. Some of you have been here for one day, but that doesn't make a difference.
Yep.
Thank you so much. I'm excited about the next year moving forward.
Me
This has been
too.
a pretty
Me too.
like we've done so much stuff that I never thought I would ever do ever.
Yeah.
Been able to say that we've done things
You've been in a music video.
It's been a dream of mine to write a parody song for so long.
It was
and to
really
actually do one and have it turn out like better than I ever thought it was going to turn out.
Okay, here's the thing. Tracy Canobio liked it. And I've been listening to James Arnold Taylor's podcast. He name drops Tracy Canobio a few times from the Rise of Skywalker premiere.
Oh,
Yeah.
So she's actually a big
small
name.
world.
She's not just some little. She's actually a big name in the Star Wars world. She liked my video. I'm just saying.
So that's awesome. But yeah, so we look forward to doing more live stuff.
It's
this is
fun.
honestly this is the
Yeah.
the
This
most
is
fun we've
fun.
had doing a video in a long time.
It really was.
Mhm.
So I'm actually I'm gonna throw you under the bus right now, Jeremy. Are we still gonna plan on doing the other thing we were thinking about doing tonight, or?
I don't know if we're gonna do it tonight
I was going to
That's
say
kind of what I was
maybe
thinking too. It's like
tomorrow
we
night
kind
or
of went a
something.
little long on this.
because this was so much fun.
Yeah, we had too much fun doing this, so we
Yeah.
can't do any real work. But thank you guys again. We can't say thank you enough.
No,
Wait, hold on. Gwen says, "Wait, I need their hot take." What our hot take of what, Gwen?
We'll hang out for a couple more seconds.
Define what hot take. All right.
I'll talk for a
Alexa,
second.
stop.
I'll talk for a second. So no, it's just watching. So we started this a year ago, and we tried really hard on YouTube, and then we started like really trying hard on Facebook. And
Bill has
Um,
knocked it out of the park for us. Thank you, Bill.
it takes more people, and so like this Kenobi video we watched, right? Look at the list of credits. It takes a lot of people to make a
It does.
production.
James Arnold Taylor was really impressed with the whole setup Jamie Costa had.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
I thought Jamie Costa should have been Han Solo in Solo.
in Solo, he was one of the
Same.
people who wanted to be it.
Yeah.
So we make stuff for you guys, and it was just you have to be involved. You have to either be there or subscribe or like or watch the content. Otherwise, it doesn't work. It's cool that you guys do this. Comments. Kara got a comment on the Hera video that mother and daughter were going to make the Hera Tuca doll together.
That was really
That's
nice.
so cool. Like
People-
what bonding experiences.
Yeah.
were-
Yeah, people wanted to download the MP3 of the parody music video because they loved the song so much.
Yeah.
It just lots and lots and lots of fun experiences. So thank you guys so
good.
much.
So Gwen's question got hidden for some reason. I had to
Oh.
hide it. She said, "Do you think that 343 will have Master Chief kill Cortana?"
Yes. I mean, yes, I do think so. Because
I'm so far out of the lore. Halo 2 is as far as I got.
she's
lore-wise.
glitching out, and
Yeah.
the one cannot exist without the other. It'd be like Anakin killing Snips, but he's going to do it. I think they're going to force him to do it. They want the big. It's a big thing, right? I don't know. Big
But
thing.
what are they going to call Microsoft's crappy assistant now?
Cortana Force Ghost.
Yeah.
Right.
This is called Master Chief.
Yeah,
I thought
right.
Cortana.
I better
went down.
have John.
Didn't Cortana go down with the ship in the last one?
No,
Like,
she's still around. She's like glitchy out.
I thought she like
Oh,
was dead. at the
Bill's
end.
like, no way. They're not doing it. Master Chief will save her again.
He better. Cortana and Master Chief they have to be together.
But okay, hold on. We talked about Cortana being the personal assistant. Wouldn't it be rather cool to be like, hey, Master Chief, how long do you cook pepperoni for? And then he'd be like, this is Spartan 117. 10 minutes. Like, I just think Master Chief is a
I think
personal
I
assistant.
think
would be
that'd
so
be way
much-
cooler.
It would be.
In the GPS, how cool would it be to have Master Chief's voice as your GPS?
Yeah. In 3 clicks, take a left.
Yep. Oh, that was
Rally at the Domino's Pizza in downtown.
that was what John DiMaggio said about the guys imitating his Marcus. He's like, you can be intimidating and not be loud. He's like, so many people when they imitate Marcus, they go for volume instead of intimidation.
But like
So
John
he just-
DiMaggio is very like
He
he's
just pulls it
very
in and he's all
collected.
he's all like, Claire, or Bard, you go left, and so you go right, and he
Yeah.
turns it on, and it's like, oh, voice
It's-
actors are the coolest.
Yeah, they are.
So-
They are.
They're like professional athletes. Like they've trained their vocal cords to do something that people just can't do.
He specifically like targets spots. He's like, you're here and you need to be here, and a lot of people don't know how to go from like here to here. And he's like talking about how he manipulates his voice, and it's
Yeah.
mind blowing. And he can't do characters that are cross-eyed because then he goes cross-eyed while doing the part. So he's like, I just tend to go cross-eyed, and he's like, it's hard to do it because I have to do it all day or whatever. So
Gwen says yes. GPS 117.
yes. So all right, Chris, take us out.
All right, thank you guys so much for watching. This is going to be shorter than our normal outro because I don't have to tell you to like or subscribe because you guys are already here. Thank you for all the comments. Anybody who's watching in the future, we'll take a peek on here to see if you guys have any other questions. Maybe answer them with some text. But let us know if you want us to see us go live again. We've consistently had between 6 and more than 6 people watching the whole time, so that's pretty dope.
6 and more than 6.
The questions have been so
Yes.
much fun.
This has been a blast. Thank you guys so much for watching, and of course,
May the 4th be with you.